to genuinely help us because they believed in our concept and our ideals, and they knew that we were legit, right? And so they showed us their staking program and how it worked. And I thought, wow, that's incredibly simple and a great concept. And they didn't just show us their stuff, they showed us staking, in crypto and how that worked. And they went on for like 3 hours, and me and Elo just listened. And Elo said, man, you know what? That's what we got to do here. And so we introduced the staking program thinking, well, we're going to do our best, and we're going to offer them this, and this will bring them back something, this will give more value to what they're doing. And literally when we released the staking program, or just even announced it, the floor price, which had been stuck at the mint price for almost 2 months. I mean, we were lucky in that regard because we were still above mint price. But all of a sudden, it was, from 0.3 floor to 0.7 just in the idea of staking. And then we really just started encouraging people to stake. And before we knew it, we were above 1 ETH. And that's cool about the floor price. But the reason the floor price went up is people could now physically see what they were thinking of as an investment start to give them dividends and a hope for the future, and an actual plan that was outside of a t-shirt, or outside of a meetup, or outside of things that seemed so fantastical there's no way they could happen, to actually providing people with free drops, a BGK program, free NFTs, and all these things. And, and then we talked about that idea that just that simple thing we were doing could be expanded to other projects, and they could do it as well. And if we all did it together, it would make us all stronger. And that's where Bates Clan is kind of like crypto. Crypto isn't just deposit, it's not money you deposit in the bank and it's all centralized. It's a root system that spreads out all over the earth digitally. And that's what Bates Clan is doing. We're spreading our roots into multiple projects so that the tree can grow strong. Because when you go to try to cut down the tree, if it has multiple roots, you can't ever kill the tree. You have to kill the root. And if you have a root system that is worldwide, and thousands of people, the concept, the idea, and the ideals can't be burned out. It can't be gutted out by somebody's tweet or somebody's attack, because the people are the root of the system. And the concept of bringing all these people together in unison with the same concept and the same idea creates a system that everyone wants to succeed. So we could talk about milestones, we could talk about those type of things. But when we say it comes back to our holders and our people, we really mean it. These are like-minded people that have the same ideals and want to see the same results as us. And that's why the tree isn't dying. That's why in a bear market we keep going up, because our root is planted in good soil, right? The tree is growing because we pull the weeds around the tree so the plant doesn't get choked out and die. We make sure that we water it and continue to grow that root system, so our tree is strong and it's going to continue to stand.
I love that analogy, Doug. That's a great analogy, and it's perfect to kind of talk about what we've transcended into, right? That tree has grown into so many branches, one being Apians, one being Cubex, one being Bates Future. Perfect. Well said. Really launching the staking program back in March, I remember when they brought it to me and asked me my thoughts on it. And at that point, I was like, a lot of projects have done staking in the space, and no one's really been able to do it right yet. And I'm just so happy to be able to say today that, we were one of the first projects to do staking right. So congratulations, Doug. Congratulations, Mo. You guys truly did pioneer the staking mechanic and program here at Babes Clan. And it set us up for the future with all our other projects to have such amazing staking programs as well. So phenomenal stuff. Mo, I want to ask you, back in April, it was like late April, I think, in early May when Babes Clan Gen 1 finally started to hit their stride, right? We were able to get the floor price, above 1 ETH. We hit 2 ETH, and it never dipped under 1 ETH again since I think like April 20th or something. And since then, we've been heading high. We've been giving our holders insane amounts of returns from, the NFT. We've had holders who minted at 0.3 and sold at 7 Ethereum, right? Like that's life-changing money. My question to you is, when we finally got to that stride, how did it feel, and what were your thoughts at the time for the future, right? Like, where did you want to take Babes Clan in April?
Awesome. Yeah, so April was a very, very special month. I do want to add something about our staking program that got us to April. Because in the bear market, right, in the winter of winter, the people were saying the death of crypto, death of NFTs, whatever you want to call it, right? We actually airdropped for free something called the Babes Genesis key, and throughout time we added value, we added exclusive access, we added priority, we added just monumental value to these keys. And over time, right, our community has made probably $2.5 million, right, in Ethereum, in their wallets as liquid. So this isn't something where this is just the value of an asset in their wallet. This is actually something that they received, right? So you could hold on to it, or whoever flipped it on the secondary market. As a community, they made $2.5 million, right, in the worst era of crypto. So I want people to have that sink in, but we didn't stop, right? So my attitude in April and the team's attitude was, this was a great milestone. Our community deserved this. This is refreshing. This is a breath of fresh air, right? We're going to rise to the top. We're not going to break, and we're going to continue to be successful. So we added more value. We're like, we can't stop here. We need to go back to the drawing board. And now we have to figure out, how could they make 10 million? How could they make 100 million, right? So we came up with the idea of Tellus Labs, and basically this is a program for our to reward our stakeholders, where they actually get free mints on Hollywood level projects, award-winning NFT projects, and on top of that, right, they actually receive royalties, like a percentage of royalties for every single Bape that they stake. And this was something that was revolutionary. I've never seen it before in the NFT space. After this announcement, we really went from like 1 ETH to 3, 4, 5, hitting 10, So this is something where you need to give real value. You need to be a serious company doing serious business with serious people. And we've been really, really proud of everything that we've done. And we understood that in order to really just be successful in our vision of empowering the 99% through fractionalized ownership, we have to do so many things. We have to get 4, 5, 10 lawyers on this. We have to go hand in hand and speak with the regulatory authorities. We have to do everything the legal way. We have to make a real company representing Babes Clan, and that's what we did, right? We made chainTech Labs, which is the first ever DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, that actually registered legally as an entity in the Dubai International Financial Center, the DIFC, which is honestly one of the most prestigious institutions of business in the world. And we all know that Dubai is the crypto capital of the world. So we knew that being in this environment that's really healthy for us to prosper and to flourish would be really, really good for us. And of course, we met with many powerful people. We've talked to regulatory authorities. We understand that we cannot circumvent. We can't go around. We can't hide. No, we have to do everything the right way, by the book, and we got to do the right things right. We even created a new token standard, to really fit everything that we're doing with all of our products here at chainTech Labs. And yeah, our mentality is the mentality that we have every day. How could we give as much value to our holders as possible? How could we continue allowing the train to continue to run and to continue to grow, and allow the train tracks to continue to just to just go around the entire world. We're international, we're global, we're inclusive, and we're just an amazing community. I always say it, we have the #1 strongest community on the planet, and it's all thanks to the community, right? We've stood strong. There's been many times where it's like a roller coaster. You go super high and there's a dip, but what's really cool is the discipline of our holders, the discipline of the team, the discipline of the business ambassadors. And without everything, kind of pushing together and all the stars aligning, we wouldn't be here today. So.
Absolutely, no, without a doubt, man. I love it. The whole Dubai and partnership out there with the government and the blockchain centers is pretty epic. No other project has been able to do that. And you touched on Telos Labs too. So that was in April when we really started to change the game. We got above 1 Ethereum on the floor price, and people started taking us seriously, which was awesome. People outside of Babes Clan, right? I was able to work with a bunch of Bored Ape Yacht Club holders, a bunch of Doodles holders to come in and buy a couple of our NFTs. And as soon as our community saw that, they started to realize that, holy shit, like, we're actually a legit project with some crazy holders in this space. So that transcended us a lot as well. With Telos Labs, we pinned at the top of this space. You can see the Bloodlines trailer. This is one of many projects that our Babes Clan Gen 1 holders will be minting for free. We also partnered with Stan Lee's Genesis NFT project yesterday for Telos Labs, which also means that all of our Babes Clan Genesis 1 holders will be minting that project for free. So you start to understand the value. When you can create free NFT assets for your holders that have real value, they'll appreciate that, right? And they'll realize what the NFT of Babes Clan Gen 1 actually is worth. And that's why in April we started to surge to 3, 4, 5 Ethereum, like you said. Speaking of April, moving on to May. In May, that's when we did do those, partnerships in Dubai. We actually went to MetaCon, and that was a phenomenal event. I'm really glad we went there because we met one of our new partners, Abdullah, who's a speaker up here. Abdullah, how you doing, buddy?
All good, all good. How are you, TFG?
Great. I wanted to ask you, Abdullah. So in May, when we went out to MetaCon, you were a speaker, right? So we met you at our booth. It was the first day of the event. It was honestly the first hour. You were at our booth, and I remember talking to you. Adele was talking to you. Mo was talking to you, and we were just telling you all the things we're doing with Bloodlines, with Babes Clan, with Apians. And I remember you were sitting there. You were like, "What? This is crazy!" You couldn't believe all the things we were doing as a project. And I remember you telling me that you didn't even want to waste your time going to any of the other booths at MetaCon for all the other projects. You just wanted to sit with us. You wanted to hear more about our projects. You invited us to dinner that night. What was your thoughts that day when you met us? Did you think that we would be here today and you'd be one of our official partners?
The first time we met and when we started talking about all of the projects and these kinds of things, like you said, Mo touched upon, there are a lot of projects in this space, but not many give the value that you guys give and what we guys reached to what we did to this day, It's also about the projects that have been created. When you guys told me, guys, like Bloodlines, for instance, to have the first NFT project to become like a series or a movie in these types of senses is something very, very big that have not been done by anyone else, And another thing that you guys touched upon, the other projects that we have within the chainTech Labs community, like you have a gaming project, a social media application, which both comes under Cubex, with TFG sniped it, like I like to call, in a very, very good way. And it comes back to the Babes Clan project, where you have the Babes Future, where they are profiting off from the Chainvest marketplace. So you can really see, and when we talked about how you guys always give back to the holders and these kinds of things, you can really see the real value. And not many project guys give back to their holders. We need to be honest with this one.
They don't, and look at it this way. Even if we were to only generate like $10 worth of value back to our holders, that would be more than 99% of the projects have ever done in this space, right? There's only 10 to 15 projects who ever really figured it out, how to put real money value into their holders' pockets, let alone $2.5 million worth in June during a bear market, right? Abdullah, I want to let everybody know, I don't think a lot of people know Abdullah's background. Abdullah is a phenomenal individual. He's young. He's in his early 20s. He's working with the Dubai government to implement blockchain integration into the daily lives of all of society out in the UAE, into the court system, into the healthcare system. He is pioneering out in Dubai, and having him on our team is just an absolute essential tool. We've been able to meet and make some incredible moves in the Dubai influential circle because of Abdullah. So it's one of the best partnerships we've done. I appreciate everything you've added to the company for all of us, and it truly has made us what we are today, without a doubt. And to move on now, in May, we also made another big move, and finally, I did something, guys. I came up with a cool idea for our project. You know, they did the staking, they did Telos Labs, but in May, I came up with Chain Rescue, an idea that I thought was really needed in this space, right? We have so many projects that are struggling, projects that, you know, had so much potential, but just ended up going down the toilet because maybe there was a little bit of FUD, or maybe some of the holders just decided to give up on the project, whatever it may be, right? It's a common theme. It happened to us. We faced a lot of FUD, and Babes Clan Gen 1 was literally considered a failed project at one day in time in this space. Literally, like we were looked at as a joke almost, right? It's crazy how things can change, right? So in May, I knew that there were projects out there that could use our help, and not only use our help, but they could thrive. They could thrive with the right experience and right team behind them. And Paul had actually reached out to myself and Douglas in May at the same time I was coming up with this plan, and he asked us for advice on his project, Apians, because he knew we had failed to sell out, but then bounced back like we did. So we set up a call, and we listened to Paul. I actually already had heard of Apians. I saw their marketing during March and February. I actually liked their art and their marketing style at the time. So we heard him out, and Paul, he was a great kid. You know, he's the lower 20s as well. Very smart. He works out of India. He's asleep right now, or else he would be here in the space with us. But, you know, another great mind, a great hard worker, a visionary. He wanted to bring fashion to the Web3 space like never before. And once me and Doug heard his vision, we knew we could add so much value to the project, specifically with our connections in the streetwear and fashion industry. So we decided, let's make this the first project that we rescue under Chain Rescue. And what do you know? We partnered with them. Their floor price went from literally $30 to $40 per NFT up to, at one point, to $2,000 per NFT, guys. We more than 40x the market cap value on the Apians NFTs in July. Phenomenal. And they're still sitting at a 0.5, 0.6 floor right now. We just airdropped them their bags from staking, so you should check those out as well, guys. So that was a huge move we did in May. And I think it was crucial, right? Not only were we able to add value to another project and help someone else in another community succeed in the space, one of the big reasons I came up with this idea was because I knew we needed to expand our community, right? Babes Clan was great. We had a 4 or 5 ETH floor, but outside of the core community that minted our project and then a few whales that I brought in, we still weren't visible within the community. Not a lot of people knew and saw what Babes Clan was doing. So by partnering with another community that had a solid 1,500, 2,000 members and showing them that we could turn their project around, that would in return make them huge fans and followers and believers and holders eventually of Babes Clan and our other projects. And that's exactly what happened in July when we dropped the Babes Future collection. We saw tons of incredible Apians members and holders come in with the PCs and the BGKs and support us and buy into Babes Future. So that was a huge move we did in May. And shout out to all the Apians holders. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. Truly another great community. Without you guys as well, we wouldn't be where we are today either. So shout out to the Apians and shout out to the Babes Clan Gen 1 holders. So that moves us on now to June, which is when the
TFT.
Yes, what's up, Mal?
Real quick, in terms of Apians, with what you said, whoever invested $1 million, got 40 million. That expanded to 40 million, right? In terms of assets. Think about it like that, right? It scales the level of it's crazy, right? Like,
well, I look at it this way, right? Cryptus Maximus, one of our biggest whales on all of our projects. right when we announced the chain rescue mission with Apians, he went and bought like 70 or 80 of them, all under like 0.1, right? Like the guy spent probably a couple $1,000s to buy 70 of their NFTs. And at one point, and still even today, that $2,000 is worth $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, right, in value, just because he followed our chain rescue mission. That's how strong of a community we are, and that's how some of our holders have been able to benefit. It's incredible, right? And that's what chain rescue is supposed to be. And we chain rescued another project, Cubex, which we'll get to that a little bit later. I want to talk about Bape's future now. And I appreciate everybody going through the history and the storyline of Bape's Clan and chainTech Labs. It's very important we can share all these details with you guys because there's so many new people here that don't know what we've done, what we've achieved. And we need to spread the message. We need to spread the awareness so that they can see we are legit. And after we finish going over the history, we're going to go over the future. But right now, no pun intended, let's go over Bape's future, Mo. Why don't you tell me some of the ideas and some of the utility on that project and how it was created and why it was created?
Yeah, no, Bape's future really is just going to change the game. We've been on record, on paper, saying that this is going to actually replace the stock market with our primary utility of Bape's future. This is something that we genuinely believe in, sincerely and genuinely. And what's even crazy about this is that we had to actually make sure everything is done the legal way, right? Because we're creating a new marketplace for investing, and we're introducing 5 new concepts in the world that's never been spoken to about or never even heard of with the Chainvest marketplace. And essentially, the owners of this Chainvest marketplace, this new way to invest in serious companies and real companies doing real business, is through that Bape's Future collection. So the Bape's Future collection essentially has ownership and with this Chainvest marketplace. And the whole entire idea of the Chainvest marketplace is to make it ease of access for the entire world to really just invest in a new way, because we understand the problems right now with investing. We understand the limitations. We understand how inadequate things are right now. But, you know, essentially with something that you could just hold in your hand, right, on your phone, and you could look at the up-and-coming companies right now, not even just Web3, but this is actual companies that's on this Chainvest marketplace. And it's actually through embedded technology of revenue-bearing tokens. So we essentially added a mechanism in the Chainvest marketplace, our product, where you essentially can now earn off of all the company progress that you decided to invest in. And this is something that's honestly revolutionary, and it's crazy because right now we're currently done with the entire prototype. We're in testing right now, and in our stress test, we actually are receiving feedback that bots really cannot attack this Chainvest marketplace, and also the whole idea of OpenSea, right? You know, you can't take a real company and put it on OpenSea. It wouldn't work. It would be very, very risky. It would be not safe for the community. It wouldn't be safe for the client. So we had to create a new marketplace, literally, that we could actually now issue real tokens. Where there's a legal agreement attached, and you know, the whole architecture is just innovative. It's pioneering, and it's going to change investing forever.
Amazing, amazing. We have so many utilities and rewards and ways to benefit off of holding our projects other than just selling your NFT, right? Like that's what we've been focused on for the last 6 to 7 months, is implementing strategies and business models within our projects where you guys feel like you don't need to list or sell your NFT because you have rewards that are coming that are worth it to hold. So I love that, Mo. I love all the things we've come up with our projects. And I urge anybody, you know, we can't go over every single detail of every single staking program in this AMA or Twitter space. Join our Discords. We have all of our staking presentations and our decks and information broken down on our Discord. So if you're not in there, guys, please go view them. And you can always ask any questions. You can always submit a support ticket if you have something that you need to know. And our team and our staff and our admins will get back to you. Babe's Future was an incredible drop. We a lot of our Gen 1 holders made a lot of money off of Babe's Future and the PCs and the BGKs. I think the real dollar amount is closer to the $5 to $6 million total, to be honest. I can't prove that exactly, but if you go and look at the sales of Babe's Future at the all-time high, we had a lot of our OG Gen 1 holders selling Babe's Future NFTs for like 1.5, 1.4, 1.3 Ethereum each that they essentially got for free, right? Just unbelievable value there. Now, Babe's Future has it's in the name, right? It has an unbelievable future ahead of itself when it comes to the chainVest marketplace. Even myself, I don't fully understand the long-term value of that. It takes a lot of time and research to understand. But I do know that Elo, Mo, and Doug, they have some incredible things planned. Abdullah, you're raising your hand. Do you want to share some information, try to break it down for everybody?
Yeah, thank you. If I can say it in a quick way, guys, right now, a lot of people go and buy stocks, and many people right here maybe didn't buy, let's say, the Apple stock before or the Tesla stock before because of how high the price was on that thing. But right now, when you can startup companies, SMEs, like Mo said, Web2 major companies can come and put their stocks, shares, which we call tokens, into one marketplace that are, we call it like programmable stocks. It's going to be huge, guys. And it's not only in the matter of stocks, because when you buy something called a stock or a token, it means you're owning a share out of that company. So let's say we have Apple coming to us tomorrow or Tesla coming to us and telling us, okay, we want to sell our stocks through the chainVest marketplace. And then it comes, let's say, bigger. Many people don't understand when we enter into real estate. People can now own shares within real estate organization and these kinds of things. So it's a big, major thing that the Babe's Future will be profiting from.
Yeah, like you could be someone in Pakistan owning real estate in Dubai, right? You could be anywhere around the world and now be associated with these revenue-bearing tokens. So, when you're part of a company in the traditional model right now, and there's something called dividends, you don't know exactly when you're getting paid out. It could be a year, it could be 5 years, it could be never. Like there's no concrete way of value, but with smart contracts, with Web3 technology, with new blockchain technology, everything is seamless, everything is fair, everything is equal now. So just by owning a Babe's Future, you have two ways of earning kind of meta revenue when it comes to the chainVest marketplace. You actually are an owner of 50% of all the royalties off of every single token trade on the chainVest marketplace, and also you have a percentage of each RBT. And we did this because we really want to empower the 99% and empower the community because we genuinely believe in the product. So this is a product that we created, TFG, and we're going to share half of that product with our entire community. It's split down the middle because we see our community as equal partners in everything that we're doing.
I love it, guys. And I want to take a quick little intermission here, guys. We are killing it. The space has 433 people in it right now. Go to the pin tweet, retweet it, like it, and I want everybody to tweet this space out right now, guys. Please. Let's get 500 people in here. The community of NFTs and Web3 overall need to be a part of our projects and our company. They need to. We're doing some of the greatest things in the space that no one has ever seen before. Let's spread the word. These big spaces, if we do these weekly, this is how we bring new people in. I guarantee there's at least a handful of people here who have not joined any of our projects yet that are learning a lot of valuable information and are considering on jumping in and being a part of our communities. And at the end of this space, we're also going to bring up some of you to talk and speak on your journey here with Babe's Clan, with chainTech Labs, Cubex, and we want to hear from you guys as well. So we're going to be going for quite some time tonight. This is going to be a huge space. I want this to be that one space that you can go and say, hey, buddy, I know you don't know what chainTech Labs is, but here is this Twitter space. It's 3-4 hours long. It has all of the information you'll ever need. Go listen, and this will convince you to jump in without a doubt. That's what I want this space to be. and we're already up to 450 people, guys. Amazing. Spread the word. Tweet the space out. Go on our Discord. Let everybody know that they need to be in here right now listening and getting all of this amazing information. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much, everybody's been listening so far. And now let's go ahead and discuss Cubex, because this was another big move we made in July. And a lot of people at the time didn't understand why we did it. So I want to use this opportunity to really talk about, this move. And this was another move that I kind of brought to the company. And, I remember bringing it to Doug and Mo, and, they had some questions. They didn't know if this was the right direction, but I think we can all agree now today that it was one of the best moves we've made in the space. So back in June, Cubex was one of the most hyped projects in the space in terms of, Twitter followers, Discord members, and everybody wanting to mint off of the whitelist because they thought it was an opportunity to flip and make money, right? It was one of those projects. It was similar to Apians as well, right? And because of that, come mint day, they had a lot of people ready to mint, right? And a lot of people ready to make money. They launched the mint. Unfortunately, they made a decision to do a really high mint price at 0.35. I would never recommend minting at that price. And I could already tell when they announced that it probably was going to fail. And they only minted 400 NFTs in, I believe, 3 to 4 hours. And at this point, I was following along with what was going on. And I reached out to the founders and I told them, hey, listen, guys, you guys made some, not so great decisions on this mint. Why don't you partner with chainTech Labs? Let us acquire your project. Give us the entire brand, the IP, the assets that they've been building, the gaming stuff, Hubble, all that. Give us full control, full ownership of the project. And, they were hesitant at first, but then they realized that they had invested already 300 grand into the project. And if they couldn't have a successful mint, they were never going to see that money back. So me as an opportunist, I took that and, I made a big business move, right? And once Douglas and Mo and Elo saw the vision and they were like, hell yeah, let's do it. We made the deal. We took over Cubex and we spent about a month. It was maybe 25 days revamping the entire project from the inside and from the outside, right? We had this whitelist of like 6,000 wallets who clearly didn't have intentions on minting the project and holding. That's why it failed in the first place, right? Because people didn't mint. So we announced to the community of Cubex at the time that we were going to do an entire vetting process. We were going to go through every single whitelist wallet, and we were going to remove the people that we didn't believe were there for the community and there for the project. And we got a lot of backlash from the Cubex community, right? But we had to do what we had to do. The Base Clan holders and the Apians holders, they were happy about it, right? Because it gave them pretty much unlimited access to the project as well as the Base future holders. So they were able to mint almost as many NFTs as they wanted. And this ended up working out pretty well for us, right? We sold the project out after a rough 30 hours, but we sold it out. And that allowed us the opportunity to build it. And now within 30 days of the project being sold out, we have a full operating beta game that is blockchain integrated, that our holders from Apians, Base Clan, and Cubex can now log into with their wallets and play against each other, right? Like in 30 days, I mean, let alone 6 to 8 months that most projects have minted out already and promised to their holders that they'll have a working game and still don't today. We did it in 30 days. And that was after having to pivot from Minecraft banning blockchain and NFT integration. So that was phenomenal. And I think once all the Cubex holders saw that, they started to believe, okay, this team's legit. They're doing real things, right? On top of that, we're building out a social media app for NFTs by NFTers with a whole bunch of, tools, rarity selections. You can DM people, you can make group chats, you can do AMAs, you can post, you can share, you can like, you can comment. I mean, it's a literal full social media app that we're going to implement like to earn, share to earn, and post to earn mechanics in the long run. Super exciting stuff. So Cubex has had an interesting run, and I want to talk to Doug and Mo here. What was your guys' original thoughts when we brought Cubex in, and did you think we would get to where we are today with it?
Honestly, something about Cubex that always stood out to me was the art. The art was absolutely amazing. Having an animation and having it, look so clean, so nice. I mean, I love art in the NFT space. So appreciating their art was phenomenal. But with the team, they seem to lack the overall vision of what it could really come down to of what we have done, right? With an actual esports and entertainment company acquisition, right? The highest evaluation, 25 million. Then you have also the actual game. Can we build a game that quick? I honestly did not know. I knew the vision was there, TFG. To answer your question, I thought it would take 100 days or 150 days, but to do what we have done in 1 month, and like if you look at all the progress in 1 month from the acquisition to the actual to the present day, 1 month, it's phenomenal. It's actually monumental. No one has ever seen it before in the history of the space. Like it's actually crazy what we have done.
I agree. I truly think that Cubex in the 30 days after the mint has done more and provided more and built more than any project in the history of NFTs that I know. I truly believe that.
And let's not forget about the whole Minecraft ban, right? We'd even talk about that, where their entire gaming ecosystem was built on the Minecraft engine. And then all of a sudden, right, just a couple days after the mint, Minecraft would just shocks the whole entire world in NFT space and Web3 space, saying that they don't want any Web3 integration. And it's just not part of their gaming ecoverse anymore. So the CubeX team, right, had to pivot completely after months and months and months of building on Minecraft. We had to build on an entirely new engine and create even new games and new opportunities for the holders. And I'm sure there was, and TFG, I think you were more in tune with the community here. You could kind of say if the community panicked. If you ask me, I think some people, of course, I mean, there's going to be panic a little bit, right? But with the entire, with the chainTech Labs community, though, they understand who we are. They understand that we're business apes. This happens every single day. You have to pivot or adapt. I say this all the time. That's why
I remember doing a space in an AMA the day it happened, and I made an announcement too. It's in the Discord. I said I'm actually kind of happy that they banned Minecraft. They banned the blockchain integration in their engine because it allowed us now the opportunity to explore other things, right? And I was never a big fan with the whole Minecraft stuff to begin with, but we were kind of stuck with it because that's what they had been building already, the previous team. But I was quite happy with that. And it proved to be one of the best things that could have happened to us, because now we have like a real legit functioning game that's just not a Minecraft server, you know?
Well, and so you're absolutely right, everything you guys just said, but we also figured out the Minecraft stuff. So yes, they don't have, they don't want NFT worlds and direct Web3 interaction. But the rules that they set up years ago when they changed the way Minecraft servers work, most Minecraft servers use a tokenization system because they stopped allowing direct buy, say, of special weapons and all the microtransactions that you get on a Minecraft server. So Mojang had made them switch to a tokenization system to where you go to a server and you buy tokens and then you use those to get what you want. So it was kind of funny to me that they would go, well, we don't want Web3, which actually means if they can't control it, they don't want it. So that's okay. We got that Minecraft server built, 2 custom mini games. One is a factions type server that allows all our projects to play on it using that built-in tokenization system that they authorized 5 years ago. People will be able to use those tokens to do microtransactions, to have fun with each other. And then next year, not next year, but next month, they'll also have 2 mini games. They'll have the apartments on the Minecraft world. And in the Minecraft server system, the way it works now, they'll still be able to utilize everything they were promised, everything that they wanted. But the transfer from the tokens instead of USD we'll just transfer it to other currencies. So their system, when everybody flipped out and everything, basically the only thing that hurt was NFT worlds. It didn't actually hurt anyone that wanted to build tokenization because it already exists. So by the end of the month, we're coming to the end of the month. They're under deadline by me. Those servers will be done. Both the Base World Minecraft server and the Cubex server, right, with all the special things on them, and we'll be able to access that within 2 weeks. We'll start promoting and announcing and getting everybody to come play with us, getting their kids to come play with us, and you'll see that. So that part is still going to happen. So even though they threw a curveball, we also have the separate other builds and the other platforms we're using that are directly connected to, wallets and things like that, and have a tokenization system. We'll still be able to utilize the Minecraft servers, and we'll grow those servers to be very popular in Minecraft and get kids and people all over the world to come play on our servers and bring traffic. And so, it's kind of funny. We ended up, instead of losing something and having to rebuild, we actually just, because of this, added something extra. So now we have the Minecraft server stuff that we did, and we have the Unity, Unreal Engine stuff that we're doing now. And both will be ready completely launched within the next 30 days. And so when other people talk about games and talk about doing stuff, usually when they say, well, yeah, down the road in 6 months or next year, it's a clear sign to me that they've never done this before, and they're just throwing stuff at the wall, trying to convince people to buy their project, and then they'll figure it out later once they have everybody's money. In this case, we know exactly what we're doing, and when you know what you're doing, shit gets done really quickly and really fast. It's really not that hard. You just got to have the will, the drive, and put up the money for developers and stuff to make things happen.
So it's experience, Doug. It's experience, right? We have the experience in building companies throughout our entire team, right? I mean, anybody here can go to babes.xyz and see our team. We all have extensive backgrounds in building successful companies, right? So at the end of the day, in this space, there's not a lot of experienced teams that have that tangible skill of just getting shit done, right? It's actually kind of sad in this space. So we're blessed. Our holders, our community are blessed to have that.
I think Doug just did not want to take no for an answer when it comes to Minecraft, because he has a very special connection and relationship with Minecraft. And if you guys know Doug's history, we'll be here for until the evening talking about Doug's history with Minecraft and Team Crafted and Post Malone and everything like that. But I mean, he wanted. We have to circumvent. We have to adapt, right? Even with the Minecraft and we made that work too. So there's a whole community space, right, that we have established in Minecraft coming very soon. So thank you so much for that, Doug. Your relentlessness and your will to win is invigorating.
Absolutely. So I think we've done a pretty decent job here going over the history of Babes Plan and all the moves we've made. Let's talk about the future now. And I think since we're on Cubex, let's go ahead and start off with Cubex. So the staking program from Cubex was implemented about 12 days ago. We already have, I believe, 63% of the entire collection. That's 6,300 NFTs that are staked and vaulted now for 90 days. Now, the big question is, why? Why would a holder do that? Why would they lock their NFT up for 90 days? Well, it's because they believe in the potential earnings from the staking program. And I'll go ahead and break down what the overall long-term vision of what Cubex is and how the staking program aligns with that. So I believe what we have here is hopefully a multi-million-dollar business model. What we are doing is transcending Web3 gaming. Up until this point today, I don't think there's been a single company or project in Web3 that has successfully launched a video game. And I think one of the biggest issues is when these projects launch their games, they want it to be so exclusive. They want it to be a game that only their holders can play, right? Their They're 2,000 or 3,000 unique holders within their collection. They only want them to be able to play. Now, what that does is it limits the opportunity of actually building something long-term of a game. Because what are you going to do? You're going to have maybe 50 to 150 of those people who are actually into games playing your game. There's no fun in that. You don't see Apex Legends, Valorant, or League of Legends, or Fortnite ever marketing to just 200 people, right? There's no future in that. There's no business model there. So what we're creating is the first ever inclusive Web3 video game where we are inviting and partnering with projects all across the space and industry to be implemented and added into our game. So let's say you're an NFT project who minted out in March or January, and you told your holders that you were going to build the game, right? And maybe you are building a game, right? And building a game can be fucking hard. It really can, you know, and I'll put that out there before we continue. It's hard to build a game. It is not easy, especially an in-depth one that has amazing graphics and high quality. It could take years. It really could. So maybe you're a project who promised that but didn't realize how long it was actually going to take. And now you have a bunch of holders 5 months later complaining. You know, maybe some of them are calling you a rugger. Maybe some of them are selling and dropping your floor 10 times below the mint price. And it's just a horrible situation. But you minted out for $2, $3, $1 million. Who knows what it might be, right? You have to provide value for your holders in the short term. And this is what a lot of projects fail at as well. They don't provide value in the short term. You have to provide value in the short term and in the long term in this space. So what we can now do is we can partner with all of those projects. We can go to them and we could say, hey, for a mere fraction of what you minted at, just a small portion of your funds, we can implement your NFTs into our game. We can add your community into the allow list, the wallet integration, where they can now log into our game and play with your NFTs against the Apians, against the Babes Clan, against Cubex, and all of the other partnered projects that are going to be joining our gaming ecoverse. Again, for a mere fraction of what you minted at, you can provide this short-term value to your holders and get them off of your back. Now, imagine you're in the shoes of one of those teams or founders. Would you not take this deal, right? And on top of that, you're also getting an opportunity to be associated with individuals like myself, like Mo, like Douglas, like the team of Babes Clan, the team of Cubex, chainTech Labs. You're going to be official partners on our game, right? Now, think about the value of that. For a mere fraction of your mint cost, you can get all of that from our team. And because we're such nice people and we want to see all the communities in the space win, we'll even provide you guys with free advising, right? If you ever have any questions or you need help or you want to implement a staking program, I'm an open book. You can come pick my brain now, right? This sounds like a deal of a lifetime, right? And it truly is. Now, guess what? The business model of all of this isn't to fill my pockets or fill Mo's or Doug's or Elo's pockets with money, right? We're not going to take and charge these projects $50,000 and go spend that on a new Bugatti or whatever the heck we want to buy. That money directly goes back to the game, and a portion of it, 40% of that money is going to go to tournaments. That project that just bought into our gaming ecoverse, that Apians, Babes Clan, and Cubex, and all the other projects can now play against each other in a sort of play-to-earn mechanic where all holders are now going to be able to potentially earn, and specifically the Cubex holders, right? That's 40% of the funds. Another 40% of the funds are going to be distributed into a gaming fund where our staked holders will earn through our free airdrop, the Web3 access cards that they're actually going to be claiming later tonight that we're releasing. 40% of that money is going to be distributed in metaverse rewards to those card holders every 90 days. So now essentially what I believe we have created is a business model where we can create the first ever inclusive Web3 video game where we're going to have 10s, 20s, 30s, 50 plus projects all competing and playing in against each other, and everybody receiving rewards, marketing, pushes, etc. all well our stakeholders are, that is the business model. It truly, in my opinion, I believe it is revolutionary. And I would love to hear Abdullah, Mo, and Douglas's opinions on our business model for Cubex and what we've created here. Specifically you, Mo, because of your gaming background.
Yeah, no, people have been trying to, and this is a catchphrase, right? Bridge the gap between gaming and play to earn and NFTs. And I think literally there's no gap anymore after what we have done with Cubex. It's probably the #1 gaming NFT on the planet, with everything associated with what we're doing. And it's just awesome how the team pivoted from day one, building an entire game on a new engine, plus the acquisition of an esports organization that, and we rarely see this, right? But we actually added like 2.5 million followers into the system, right? Into our community, with the acquisition there. And on top of that, right, Cubex now it's a team now represented by gaming superstars on the planet. We have the #1 World of Warcraft team in the world. We have an Apex Legends trophy under the Cubex banner. And also we have probably one of the greatest Fortnite players of all time, right, now repping Cubex. So when these gaming superstars now play on stage and Cubex is going to be on their jersey, right, we're actually now integrating successfully and seamlessly into a Web2 mainstream industry worth about $200 billion. And this is awesome because our community are now the holders. We are powered by the community. And this is a great, great jump. And I've never seen anything like it. And staking just begun for Cubex, right? And now involving all these other communities now to have something to play for, to have now live tournaments and virtual events. And this is actually gaming on another level. And what's really, really awesome is that we are actually empowering other NFT communities now to join our squad, to join our game, to join our infrastructure. Because they might be lost, like you said. Like, they might be great people, they might be hungry, they might have vision, but maybe they don't have the adequate tools to be successful like Cubex. So Cubex now is lending a helping hand to all these new and just established gaming brands and gaming NFT projects that don't have maybe their own legs to stand on, but with our infrastructure, with our game, with our community, there's empowerment there. And I think everybody in the NFT space should hold hands, because right now the community is looking very, very, I would say, thin in terms of support, right? The activity, the trading volume is at an all-time low. We need to kind of band together. We need to be shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm, and help each other out, help support each other, be positive. Right? Because what we are doing is monumental. We know Web3 is the future. That's why we're all here. We are in a special elite top 1% of 1% of 1% of 1%, and we're not going anywhere. And we're going to see over the years to come how successful this is really going to play out.
Exactly. And Mo, that's, I mentioned a couple minutes ago, you got to build for the short term and the long term, right? You have to provide your holders with short-term returns and long-term returns. What we've built here essentially through the cards in the staking program is a short-term way for our holders to get money back in metaverse rewards, right? For example, let's say I stake 10 NFTs today, right? And I get these 10 cards and I hold on to them at the end of the 90 days. Let's say at the end of the 90 days, the gaming fund is worth $400,000, right? Pretty low amount. And that will now be distributed in metaverse rewards. And the asset value through Ethereum or NFTs, whatever it is, that could easily be worth $50 per NFT, right? That would be $500 potentially for your 10 NFTs worth of value that you could get just for staking in the first 90 days. Now, again, these are hypotheticals. I believe it's achievable, and I hope we can do it. Again, I truly have talked to 50 different founders over the last month about joining our gaming ecoverse, and I promise you guys, not a single one of them has thought I wasted their time, and every single one of them has even told me that they think this is truly one of the best ideas and business models in the entire space, and especially in regard with gaming. I promise you, me and Mo actually met with a founder. He flew out, guys. A founder flew out from Miami to Houston last week to meet with me and Mo and have dinner so he can talk about us building a game for him and him joining our gaming ecoverse, right? That's how legit we are. I have another founder from Toronto that wants to fly out this week to meet with us as well. We're doing true, real business, high-level business. And the model is built for you guys to be rewarded in the short term. Now, in the long term, as Mo was talking, it's super important to understand that vision as well. What we are building, we believe, will be here in 4, 5, 10 years from now. Everything, not just Cubex, Babes Clan, Apians, everything. And we'll go over the visions for those projects as well. But specifically speaking about Cubex right now, Mo touched on the acquisition of the gaming, esports, and content organization, Team Kagarna, that is now Cubex Game. We acquired millions of followers under our banner, guys. So in a year or two from now, when we have successfully built one of the best Web3 video games, and once and this is another thing, I'm going to talk about this first. A huge problem right now is that gamers hate NFTs. They absolutely hate them. They think they're a scam. They think that they can get canceled for getting into NFTs or talking about them. Trust me, from a gaming background myself, I got a lot of shit for jumping into NFTs last year. Big, a lot, right? I lost a lot of respect from a lot of people, but I knew at the time that Web3 and gaming was the future. That's why I took the leap. And as soon as all of these people in gaming start to realize that, and it's going to take like a company like Epic Games, which I think they're working on already, implementing blockchain and NFT integration into their game, to when you now buy a skin, let's say you buy a skin on Fortnite for $20, you now literally own that skin. And you can actually sell it through the Epic Games and Fortnite marketplace to someone else once you're tired of that skin, so you can buy a new one. And think about it. Think about the money that Epic Games will now be able to generate through this, right? They've made $2 to $4 billion a year off of skin sales, right? Now imagine $2 and $4 billion times 5 because of all of the fees that they're going to stack up on from all of the trades that all of these kids and players of Fortnite are going to make. I mean, there will be hundreds of thousands of trades every single day through these skins, right? You bought a skin back in November and only 100,000 of them were released, and now it's the next year, 10 months later, and you're tired of it, right? So go sell that skin for $100 to someone who really wants it. And now you can go buy another skin that you really wanted. Think about how many times this will happen a day, so many times. The fees are truly going to be unprecedented. Once Epic Games and all these companies realize how much more money they can make, they're going to start doing this. And as soon as they start to do it, then all of the gamers, all the players will start to realize that this is incredible. Because now when I spend $2,000 on Fortnite skins, right, just skins in a game that you don't even own, now you own them and you can sell them. And maybe you won't make all your money back. Maybe you make $1,500 back from selling them. But hey, you didn't waste all your money. Or maybe you sell those skins for $5,000 and you made money from Fortnite, from buying their skins, right? Imagine when that happens, how the gaming space is going to transcend the NFT and Web3 industry. It's going to be phenomenal, and we're going to see millions, hundreds of millions of new individuals jump into our ecosystem and into our space. And when that happens, whether it's in 3, 4, 5 years, guess who's going to be there and guess who's going to be ready? We are. Cubex is going to be ready. We're going to have a game that has been built, tested, beta tested, and perfectly perfected for years. And we're going to have a business model that has been succeeding. And we're going to have incredible diamond hand holders who have been with us for years, who will be there to reap those rewards. That is the long-term vision and plan of Cubex. We are here so early. Most said we're the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the so on and so on, right? Once those 10 or 20% comes in, that's when we are all going to reap these just unbelievable rewards. Trust me, guys. If you believe in Web3 and you believe in gaming, we are so fucking early. We are so early. Abdullah, you've had your hand raised for. Want to share something?
Yeah, touching upon what you said, TFG, and guys, maybe many don't know what happens in the back end on these kinds of things when TFG said about vision and these things. I was once talking with TFG, and I don't know if you remember at TFG, about the Apians, let's say the Apians project. And he was saying that one day I want to see that the Apians has their store or a collaboration with someone, that we have our store with big merchandise lines or big merchandise company.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get into this, Abdullah, 100%.
Yes. So you want to say it?
So can we hear from some of the folks, TFG? We've been going here for about an hour, and I'm sure lots of people have questions, and I like to hear from them.
Doug, this iSpace stuff, I'm going to be the supreme dictator,
Okay.
and I'm going to shut you down, and I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Because I want to get through the vision of every single project. Again, I want this space, and sorry, I don't mean to be rude, I was just messing around there. But again, remember, I said I want this space to be the thing that everybody can send to their friend and say, listen for 3 hours straight. And you can hear the vision of every project. You can hear the history of the entire company, right? I want to be able to do that without having to bring people up. We'll bring them up at the end. So I get it. Okay, we'll move on from Cubex. That's the vision of Cubex. Let's talk about Apians now, since Abdullah wanted to bring it up, and we'll jump into that. So the vision of Cubex, and as Abdullah was just mentioning, early on, short term, we wanted to partner with a legitimate brand in Web2. We wanted to partner with people to, again, I hate saying it, bridge the gap between these industries, right? Bridge NFTs and Web3 with fashion. And we've been able to do that through Douglas and his incredible connections, and his good buddy Stevie Williams, legendary skater and founder and owner of incredible streetwear company DGK. I'm sure many of you have heard of them. We have brought him on as a part of the team on Apians, and he is helping us deliver some of the most incredible top-of-the-line merchandise through our new clothing line that we're officially launching through a partnership that Abdullah got us. So you guys are starting to see like the value that our team members are bringing, right? Douglas gets us this incredible partnership with Stevie Williams, and then Abdullah gets this incredible partnership with one of the biggest and the most famous stores in the entire world and in Dubai, the biggest mall on the planet, guys, American Rag. We are now going to have an exclusive spot in their store where we will now be selling our first ever clothing line created by Stevie Williams, a professional, one of the brightest minds in the streetwear industry, who has built an empire in streetwear and fashion, is helping us build this clothing line that is going to be exclusively sold in that store and to our holders online. Fucking phenomenal, right?
And can you tell the audience what stores are beside American Life?
You probably know more. I know
Dior, Prada, Louis Vuitton. Like, this is crazy. Right?
It's on the Avenue, the Dubai Mall, right?
Yes, it's on the Fashion Avenue, guys. Like Mo said, there are Dior, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Loro Piana, Gucci, all of these stores in that place. So it's dedicated, and people who visited the Dubai Mall can see it there, guys, and how big of a store that is. And like TFG visioned it once, and it happened, guys, and it happened in a very, very short time.
Exactly, Abdullah. That's what I want to emphasize. Which team in the NFT space in less than one staking period, right, could legitimize their brand worldwide, globally, internationally, place their product and their merchandise in one of the biggest malls in the entire world, that being Dubai, and on top of that, being in that fashion district, right? It's phenomenal. In less than one staking period, right? We're going global, and you're going to start seeing this with across all chainTech Labs projects, what we're doing. It's absolutely revolutionary. It's monumental. And it really is bridging the gap. Like, we're actually doing it. We're not just talking about it. We're doing it, and we're doing it right.
Absolutely. And I pinned a tweet at the top for those of you who haven't seen it. That is the store that Apians is going to be sold in exclusively. And as they said, it's next to Gucci, Dior, all these awesome places. Anybody into fashion would know that those are some of the biggest brands in the entire world. We're being sold and exclusively right next to all of them. Fucking amazing. Abdullah, great deal. Douglas, amazing bringing Stevie in to help us bring the clothing line to life. We're hoping to launch that in store and online sometime in October, maybe late October, early November. We don't have an exact date yet, but it's going to be exciting. And for those Bates Clan and Cubex holders, we're working on your guys' deal too. Stay tuned for information on that as well. So the overall vision really, like the long-term vision of Apians for me and for the team is one day in this world, or one day in time in this world, these companies, and Nike's already started realizing, so has Adidas, and they've actually done it, but there's so many brands that are going to come in and want to do it as well. And the problem with Adidas is they came into the NFT space and they did one of the worst drops of all time. I believe it was back in February. It was a fucking disaster. I would know because I got a free whitelist spot because I owned a BAYC. It was a disaster. Trying to mint that project was horrible. There was hacks. There was Discord just completely breaking down. Their website didn't work. They didn't release the utility of the project. There were so many issues with it. It was a terrible drop, right? And you ask why. Why was it a terrible drop? Because they didn't work with a Web3 team that knew how to do a successful drop. So the vision for us is, with Apians, we're going to drop this clothing line, right? We're going to be successful with Stevie. And Stevie, who's connected to all of these fashion brands in the world, is going to now go to these companies and say, hey, you have an opportunity here to now sell a hoodie in the metaverse for 2 or 3 times more than you could sell in real life in a store, right? So think about it. You know, RFKT or whatever they're called, the Nike project, they sold a hoodie for like 0.2 Ethereum, right? Literally, they spent like $300 for a hoodie. You could buy that same hoodie in a store for $80 or $70 or $60. But just because it's on the metaverse, you had to pay that premium. For some reason, people are willing to pay that, right? And for us, when we go to these brands and we tell them, hey, partner with us, and now you can sell this hoodie in your store, but also sell it in the metaverse at the same time, right? So let's say X brand, we launch an NFT project online for them, where they can now mint 5,000 NFTs of these exclusive, you know, one-of-a-made all-time hoodies, sell them for $300, and you get a physical and a metaverse version of this NFT now. You get both that you can wear in all of the metaverse online, which again, in 5 to 10 years, everybody's going to be doing this, right? So for us, if we're here now doing it day one, and we're one of the only companies in all of Web3 that can bring in a Web2 company that is successful and help them launch their products in the metaverse, think about all the companies that are going to be coming to us, and think about the power that gives the holders of Apians to be able to say and hold the NFTs originally that adopted all the fashion and streetwear into the Web3 space. That's fucking priceless. It's absolutely priceless. And I would love to hear more from Abdullah and Mo, because I know you guys are both into fashion, specifically you, Mo, and hear about your thoughts of Web3 and Web2 finally merging together in fashion. How long do you think that will take?
Go ahead if you wanted to.
I think with our team it will take 6 months maximum, because we have TFG, Mo, and Douglas, and Elo.
Yeah, no, something. Let's say something typically, right? If you look at the traditional projections, let's say it would take 3 years. Because of the movement of our community here at chainTech Labs and the innovations and the pioneering we're doing with the team, that 3 years could very well turn to 1 year because of how well we're doing, supporting the bridge and allowing people to jump in. Also, Eminem and Snoop Dogg, they're going to be performing at the VMAs and the whole BAYC integration. People are starting to understand now. People are starting to understand, like, well, not the vision. Our community understands the overall vision of that empowerment of the 99%. But the mainstream, the first question they're going to say is, what is that? Like, why is this special? What's happening right now? So a lot of people are confused. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people just think it's a picture or an aid. They don't really understand the full vision of Web3, that this is a new era. This is verifiable ownership. This is read, write, own, right? So there's the ability to now monetize your progress, to monetize your interaction, to monetize every single skill that one person brings to the table. So in terms of fashion and Web 2 jumping into Web 3, there's going to be a big decentralized market here. It's going to actually revolutionize the way we even interact with product, the way we purchase products, the way we we have that immersive experience when you want to view a product. Now, what makes Amazon so great is you don't have to go and buy something physical in the store. You press a couple buttons on
Make sure you check
computer,
this out, bro.
right? And then
Monkeys,
you
make
get
sure you
it
check it
the
out,
next
bro.
day.
We gotta talk.
It's absolutely crazy what Amazon has done. There's a reason why they're one of the top companies of the world. But then when you add the metaverse aspect to it, that instead of just clicking buttons, you are actually now in the
Be right
web
back
page.
again, guys.
You're now in the shop. You're now in the meta outlet. You can now try these clothes on without going to the store. So it's going to be a very, very immersive experience. And I think that's the key word, TFG. I think the jump from Web 2 to Web 3 in fashion will be very immersive. Very immersive.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine in 5 years that you just open up your VR or whatever it is to get into the metaverse, and you can just literally try on any type of clothing you want in the metaverse and see what it looks like on you before you even buy it. And you don't even have to go to a store anymore and try things on. You just do it in the metaverse, right? Like that's why people will be able to charge $150 or $200 or $300 for a hoodie instead of $80. Ease of access, right? And now again, to emphasize on this, not only do you get that hoodie in real life, you get it online in the metaverse. If we can be the first company to innovate this and bring this to life and help other companies like DGK or American Rag or whoever it may be achieve this as well, that's where I start to talk again. The value is priceless. The long-term vision it's incredible. I love Apians. If anybody doesn't have anything else to add on, I know we can move on to Bates Clan. We can let Douglas talk about that more, and then we can finally get some listeners up here to talk and ask questions.
Oh, so you want to talk about Bates Clan, huh?
I would love to hear your long-term vision of Bates Clan, Doug.
Oh, well, number one, my priority is to the Gen 1 holders. During the time when the wolves were out, people abandoned us, the knives came out, right? And all those people were kicking against the pricks with their bare feet. That's a victory that was hard fought and won. And so we're certainly proud of that, but we're more so glad that we have those holders. So, like the Stan Lee Genesis project that I just finally announced, that's going to be a great opportunity for Bates Clan to use their VGKs and mint out PCs. I had to stop the whitelist today because it already had grown to 6,000, so I put a stop on that so I could hold up NFTs for our people to make sure they're able to mint. And we haven't even started yet. We haven't had you with the artists and you with the team from over there getting together with that amazing, the two companies we're partnered with, the board game that's coming out, the NFTs are part of that tabletop game, the Comic-Con events and things that the holders will be able to attend. That's going to be fun. I want to bring more fun into this NFT market instead of everybody just worrying about their floor price and how much money they can make. And that's what's good about Bates Clan is you can buy a Bates Clan Genesis 1 and stay a holder, recoup all your money over time with all these incredible side projects and BGKs. And then you have access to the chainTech investment stuff and the marketplaces. But what I want to see Bates Clan become is like I was talking about earlier, that root system that we're able to grow and do things in different markets and different genres, whether it's Apians and fashion, whether it's Cubex and gaming, whether it's Minecraft or Unreal Engine, Fortnite, whatever gaming things that we're going to unleash and unhold the blockage that's been there, remove it out of everybody's way. And then the space industry where Space Babes will be minting probably October 20th to October 30th. That incredible partnership that we'll have with governments and financial institutions will be great. And that'll create more value for Bates Clan holders, but that's just this year. Then there's next year. So when next year rolls out, through all the tokenization that you're going to see happen on all these different projects, you'll be able to buy into the coin offering that we'll have next year. And unlike other coin offerings by other projects that everybody got their free coin and then they just all sold it immediately, so they went from, $80 value down to $3 value, we're going to do it the right way. So it's a situation where they're staking the coin, and that has value for them. That'll bring incredible value to the Gen 2 Space Babes and Gen 1 holders and all the other projects underneath us, whether it'll be Stan Lee's project that's partnered with TELUS, Matorium Universe, Bloodlines, Apians, Cubex. We have a football one that'll be launching as well that has real life utility where you get to meet with football players and do gaming events with Cubex and the football players after football games in person. So we have all those things, and what I'm really trying to drive us to be is the people that don't care about whether other people say it's a bear market or whether other people say NFTs aren't valuable. Create value and have an incredible fun time doing it. Being part of our special club. When I explain Babes Clan, it's not an investment. It's a club that you're joining, that you get access to all these incredible things. I know that we want to partner with some music people and some actors this year, and have an event and bring them on board the team and kind of expand who we are and look at all the other projects, look at their mistakes, and look where they succeeded, and just do a better job and be more innovative over the rest of this year. And then into next year, start really focusing on chainTech and a top secret thing that I'm working on that would be incredibly valuable to all the holders. I have to raise a lot of money to do it, but we have the full licensing now and ability to do that. So I'm not looking at short-term goals alone and making your floor price go up. I'm looking at what this whole organization of us together can be next year and the things that we'll be able to pull off next year that no one's ever done before. That's what I want to do. That's what we are. And, like Babes Clan's motto is do the right things right, do things by the book, and do whatever it takes. And we have a team of founders and partners that work 7 days a week, literally. Today's Sunday. I've been working all day, right? And I was working all day yesterday, and I'll be working all day tomorrow because we're not where we want to be yet. And I'm in the do whatever it takes phase now that we've set up the right things. And we're doing things by the book, like Mo talked about, making sure we're all legal and compliant and registered. So now that we've done all that, let's do whatever it takes. But I don't want anyone ever to stress about the money they spent on one of our projects. I want them to have trust in us, in our ability to make the money happen. And in the meantime, join us for all these fun events, join us for all these good times, and join us as we grow into the future. So that's what Babes Clan's perspective is on this market and this NFT space. And then as we go into the crypto community, the crypto space as well, change the way people view all these different products that Web3 produces.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Doug. I'll add in something that we're very, very excited about is our products, as Doug kind of hinted at, Chain Paid, Chain Go, Chain Vest, and everything that we're doing there. But if you ask me, what is the product that excites me the most? Maybe a month ago, I would have said Chain Vest, right? Because now we're allowing the average person to now invest in such a new way with that legalized and regulated product. But something that excites us even more than that, right? And think about that. Like, what could be greater than replacing the stock market with our product? Like, what's bigger than that? Well, I genuinely believe, and Elo definitely agrees on this, chain reality. Chain reality is going to really just take us and put us in the history books. And I sincerely, genuinely believe this 1,000%. We're working with some of the most powerful people on the planet, right? And we're actually going to introduce the metaverse as the digital twin of the real world. That's something that no one's ever seen before. And if I even say, I'm under NDA, so I can't even talk about this. So that's why I'm just being very vague. But if I said exactly what we're doing with Chain Reality, even TFG would call me crazy. Doug would call me crazy. The whole community would call me crazy and never talk to me again and think I'm just a madman. But what we are doing here is going to be super, super, super historic. And it's something where once we understand the level of and the monumental aspect of this, all of our floors are going to be swept by the biggest whales of the world. It's going to be absolutely historic.
And, you know, and we've got the right kind of people with the same mentality. Like old Cam Jordan over here, Ninja, listening into our space today. Good old Cam there in the middle of August, probably worn out from working out and practicing, and got a few games. Always glad I got to shout out our founder there. We love the man. He's an incredibly great person. And that's the other thing I always forget to mention is we don't work with people we don't like. You know what I mean? If we can't break bread with them and meet them in person and hang out with them, why would we want to work with them, you know? It was so funny how when me and Cam met in LA earlier this year, I was like, you know, and he's a major football player, right? And I'm thinking, oh, this guy's used to caviar and champagne. I was like, you know, I'm in LA, man, and my favorite spot is Roscoe's. What do you think about chicken and waffles? He looked at me with eyes. He's go, bro, let's go. Let's do it. And we went down to and ate together in a normal place that isn't fancy, isn't crazy. One of the great stories about Cam that I liked, he was telling me, I drove down there in my best car, and Cam was like, man, I still got a 2008 Toyota, not Toyota, he's got a Tahoe, and he just likes the car, man, so he just keeps it, that's the car he likes. He don't need nothing fancy, he's just a regular dude, and that's what I love about Cam Jordan. He could definitely be a hot shot and talk to people like that, but everybody we talked to that day, he talks to them like he's known them for 100 years. Those are the kind of people we love working with. I'm proud of Cam Jordan. I'm proud of Michael and Mo and Elo, and I'm proud of our mods. I'm proud of our ambassadors. Everybody's on the same track. We want to do good by these holders, and we want to have innovation and change the world. So, and if Cam wants to come up, all you have to do is raise his hand, man. I'd love to hear from him if he has time. But I got to say, there's some people you just like them that much. You got to talk about them. So he's probably blushing right now. I'm sorry, Cam.
All good. No, Cam's amazing. The whole team's amazing. I think what's so special about chainTech Labs, like you said, is the people involved. I trust every single one of you guys with my life in terms of the team. Like I've known Doug for 5 years. We've worked together. I've known Mo for more of my life than I haven't known him. Right? Like literally, I've known Mo for 4 years, guys. That's just unbelievable, right? I'm 27, and I've known him for 14 of my 27 years. So phenomenal. Love the team. Eric's amazing. And I think we've created a bond where we all fully trust each other, and that allows us to build unlike any other team out there. And it wouldn't be possible without the community either. I trust our community with my life too. You guys have stood tall in the darkest times for us, for all of our projects. So thank you. And I think this is a great time now to hear from the community. So if you guys would like to come up and speak on your journey with any of our projects and share some insight to new people maybe listening on what it's like being in our company, please raise your hand. I don't see any hands raised. Am I rugging?
No, you're not rugging. We do have Adele Berry as a speaker. I brought him up. What's up, Adele? Founder of Bloodlines here. One of the projects that's going to take Hollywood by storm. That's going to be another. It's crazy how many we're in and what we're doing and how we're really just revolutionizing a path for Web3 major adoption. And it's crazy because the power is going back to the people. right? Adele, if you want to kind of talk about that and how, you know, the community could now interact with new media and new and shows and animation and mocap. Like if you mint a main character on a Bloodline show, right? What could that mean, Adele? What does that mean, right? For the average user who doesn't even know what NFTs are, right? What's the best way for them to understand the craziness of what we're doing here?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone here listening really got an amazing, detailed synopsis of every industry being tackled one by one with Web3 integration and democratizing the power of whatever specific tech or whatever specific, you know, experience is locked into, you know, special experts is being given back to the people. So, you know, gaming, fashion, all the other stuff, ending in the world of creative control to the people, so that the more popular you guys as an audience make a show, the more valuable your NFTs are. So it's almost like, you know, something that Mo has alluded to, like, you know, watch to earn, right? You're kind of like owning an NFT, taking part in a group audience of worldwide, potentially non, you know, Web3 natives watching this, consuming this product. And, you know, it really allows you to monetize the popularity of, you know, those mega stars, right? Like Mo always loves the example, like Game of Thrones, right? Bloodlines is potentially going to be the evolution of that, you know, popularity of, you know, a product in the marketplace, captivating worldwide audience. But, you know, the viewers didn't make money from that. You know, none of us, you know, diehard fans made money from Game of Thrones. Why was that? That's not fair. We were the ones who made it popular. We're the ones who tweeted about it. We're the ones who, you know, took our weekends talking about how cool that, you know, war scene or that battle scene and how cool, you know, this king or that queen was, right? So Bloodlines as a chainTech Labs product is letting you participate in popularizing, you know, a mega superstar character. You know, think of the biggest, baddest from Marvel, from Lord of the Rings, from Fantasy World, from Harry Potter. All of those mega stars that, as kind of an individual character, are worth billions, right? Like, how much is Harry Potter as a, you know, as an icon? How much is that worth? How much is Spider-Man as an individual icon worth, right? So, as a day one supporter of Bloodlines, getting it for free, you can be part of the ecosystem where you are owning something that later on becomes a worldwide phenomenon, right? Because we're using top level technology that basically was only available for Disney and, you know, mega, you know, industry insider production studios. And we're letting people kind of be part of Bloodlines and tell us what to create. Like our new community videos showcasing different community members telling us about legendary warriors from their villages around the world, and kind of myths of great battles and stuff, to kind of like give us, you know, a little bit of, you know, brain juice to come up with even cooler stories within our Bloodlines universe, adapting stories from the community. So I really think this is, you know, an amazing thing. I would definitely suggest people jump in the Discord. We have, you know, amazing AMAs all the time sharing details, so I don't want to take too much time out of this. But yeah, I appreciate the chainTech infrastructure allows every industry to fall like dominoes into our control. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adele. TFG, some people are actually on stage now. They're able to speak, so.
Here from Cryptus. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, guys? I just want to tell a story of this value, and ignore the numbers because my numbers are big. Just make pretend it's one. But back in February, I kind of saw, you know, we were just talking about mini mix, but I saw what you just laid out. I saw a company building blockchain technology with multiple solutions, and I likened it to early.com, you know, the companies that came out of that. I likened this company to the Web3 equivalent. So I went all in. And what wound up being fortunate is we had a tough time out of the mint. And the floor went down to 2. And I bought like 17 of these things under floor price. And I wound up buying in that time frame 40 or 50, and the average price was 0.3, right? And 0.3 back then was almost $4,000. So I spent a lot of money. But long story short is, from that, and I've added more, so I have a lot, but from Gen 1, I had drops of PCs, okay. So I sold some BGKs, and I sold them cheap as hell because I was selling them cheap to the Bates Clan members so they could get more. And then I heard we were doing 60, 70 Apians for less than 0.1, like you mentioned. That was free money, right? That was money that the Gen 1 gave me. And now all that's stayed. Yesterday, I just got 70 bags free from Apians. So this is all going back to the first money spent on Gen 1, all right? Then Gen 2 came, right? I minted solely on my PCs and my BGKs. I didn't buy anything after that, and I have over 100, all right? Again, free money. Yeah, I paid some gas. Yeah, it was a low mint price. So all of this stuff came from Gen 1, right? And then Cubex, same thing. I used BGKs, I used my VIP whitelist. All was given to me for being a loyal holder, not my NFT. However, TFG kept exploring me with sweep events, so I did wind up, but none of those were from what was given to me. So I have all this stuff, and it all came from buying a lot of Gen 1s, right? And I just got a huge drop of BGK, over 100 of those, and I'm going to get a huge of cards from Cubex. Right? All of this, 90% of the stuff was given to me as a reward for being a loyal holder. So even if you only have one, you run that through, right? You get one of these, you can get, one of, you would have got 2 or 3 of Gen 2s, and you would have got Cubex, then you get the bags, and on and on and on. So it doesn't matter if you have one or if you're crazy like me and have a ton. It's just that first investment, if you hang on to it, like you said, who cares what the floor is? Then you keep building, right? And then what we haven't talked about a lot yet is all the stuff that Elo and team are building. We just hit some of them: Chainvest, ChainGo, ChainPay. All of these have the potential to be individual acquired by VCs and large companies, in which we would get a percentage of that. So, this is not an NFT product. Like, this is a blockchain company. That's all I want to say.
1,000%. Thank you so much, Cryptus, for all your support. You've been so monumental and integral in the success of our company and everything that we've done here. And I do want to emphasize one of the points that you made, because I talk to the community about this all the time as a founder of Babes Clan. Our goal is to bring as much value as possible to one NFT, right? To the one NFT, to the holder who has only one. And if we could change their life, Cryptus, imagine what you have now with 80 NFTs, right? That's just 80x of life-changing value. So I think that business model is why we're voted one of the top 5 business models in NFT New York. And I think that's why we're featured on Apple and Bloomberg and Yahoo Finance, right? With all these articles, because we focus on the one NFT. And then if whoever buys more and more and more, that value scales, right? It scales to monumental heights. So we're all about changing lives here at Babes Clan and chainTech Lab. So thank you so much for that, Cryptus Maximus.
Yeah, it's amazing hearing your story, right? I mean, that's why our holders from Gen 1 are so loyal, because they've gone through the same path that Cryptus has gone through, right? And all the rewards and perks, I mean, all those assets that he just listed, I mean, truly, it sounds like at least $1 million worth of assets. Like, actually, if you add all of those up, it might be. All because he swept 70 base Gen 1s for 0.3 each for, 20, 30 grand, whatever it was at the time. Like, what a story, dude. That's phenomenal. And not only that, Cryptus is actually a fucking ambassador on Babes Clan now, right? He's actually a part of the team. And he gets to have that experience and earn from that as well, right? That's how grateful we are for him. We rewarded him with a position on the team. And we've done that for a lot of our holders within our projects, right? There's so many opportunities to to work your way up, right, in this company. And it's such an amazing community. Everybody here is so integral. Thank you, Cryptus, for sharing. Who else wants to go?
I'm here, Gate.
How's it going, buddy?
How y'all doing today? I just wanted to get up here and say I want to thank y'all for everything that you are doing, because I've been following you guys since May. Back in May, so I'm not a Gen 1 holder, but because of your Gen 1 holders, I was able to get my hand on a PC, which allowed me to get a Gen 2, which I could afford at the time. But then I was able to get one more on the public sale of Gen 2 to have 2 Gen 2s and stake those. And after getting those, I then was able to get 5 Cubexes and get those staked. And I've done all that because of the belief I have in the company and everything you're doing. And I've become one of those ones that's loyal to the company. Even though I don't have Gen 1, I'm going to get Bloodlines. I'm going to get Space Baits. I'm going to get everything you guys bring out, because I see the value you bring to me and what it can do for me in the future and for my family. So I just want to say thank you for all you are doing, because I don't get to speak to you, but I see the work you're doing. I just want to say thanks for it.
Thank you so much, Jade. I appreciate that. And I think you shared some valuable insight. Gen 1's very expensive now, right? It costs a lot of ETH to go get one for sure. But you don't need one, right? You can join any of our ecosystems, whether it's Apians, whether it's Cubex, Bates Future. There's really good entry points on all of our projects across the board right now that will give you future access to all of these things we're doing, right? Like being a Bates Future holder is going to give you pet toys, which is going to give you a Bates pet, which that Bates pet is eventually going to give you another Bates pet, which is going to be 3D, right? So all the value you get from that alone is going to be incredible too. So I love it. Thank you for sharing your story, Gate. I really appreciate it, man. You're a legend. Anybody else want to share?
Yeah,
feel free, guys.
Really appreciate you. Chief or King Justice, you guys there? Or Rosendo?
Yeah, I just had a quick question about the marketplace you guys are building. Is that for all the ecosystems, or just for one specific one that's going to get person that?
You speak a little bit more louder. It's very hard to understand.
I was asking about the marketplace you guys are building. Is it going to be for all the ecosystems, or is it just a specific one?
Are you talking about the ChainVest marketplace?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
With the Chain marketplace, so with the ChainVest marketplace, this is why we have ambassadors like, for example, Ali Bahuj, right? He's the former CTO of Sephora. He brought us a company, right, that's going to be sold at the Dubai Mall, that's going to literally revolutionize perfume. It's crazy. Like, how the F is perfume and Web3 going to be linked together? And that's something that I'll probably say in a more of a private AMA. But we have a security system where we have to vet these companies. We have to make sure everything is secure, and then we onboard these companies. So it's serious companies doing serious business. It's something that we kind of control.
But to answer your question more directly, the chainTech marketplace will be tokenized. That tokenization, the profit is split 50% with the Gen 2 holders. So Bates Genesis 1, you just heard Crypto talk about all the benefits you got from Gen 1. Gen 2 is this diamond in the rough that if you really were paying attention, you would be sleeping down. Because that one is going to get the proceeds from this new tokenization system.
Right. Yeah.
Which will also include our chain page and all of that. So that could be, hopefully, could possibly end up being very lucrative for Gen 2 holders. So
I mean, I want to add with Cryptus' story, right? Like, this is the price point he was sweeping Gen 1 at, because he understood the value. You guys are saying, and I agree, I don't think a lot of people fully understand the value that Gen 2 is going to bring them in the future. It is severely, criminally underrated. Like, it is grossly undervalued right now. People they don't understand, must not see it yet. But over the year and over the next 2 years and however long it takes for these things to start coming out, they're going to realize it. The value is immense for Bates Future.
And the floor is so cheap right now. The floor is at 0.33, right? So nobody truly understands the value yet. And by the way, the ChainVest marketplace is the primary utility, but there's all these other utilities like Babes Pass and entity tokens that we'd even talk about, that we developed a staking program for, right? That's just, it's so phenomenal. It's not one dimensional, it's very multi-dimensional, and there's so many avenues here to really make serious money.
Well, that's why I said earlier, Mel, we build for the short term and the long term, right? The Chainvest marketplace is the long term vision and all those things for Babe's future that is going to reward these holders with so much value in the long run that they can't even comprehend yet. But in the short term, we provide them with the pet toys, with the entity tokens that they can sell for profit, similar to how the PCs and the BGKs were sold, so people can come and get into the Babes Pets that are going to be dropping in, late September, early October. That's the value. That's the short-term value, and then there's the long-term value. And people just don't get it. And absolutely, in 3 weeks from now, if you guys don't, I don't know why people don't understand or believe it yet, but in 3 weeks from now, when we're about to release the pet toys, and the Babes Pets are going to come, and the direct access to that is through Stake Babes Futures, you already know that floor price is going to pump like crazy, right? Because everybody's going to want to get involved, just like Gen 1 pumped and the PCs and the BGKs pumped before the drop of Babes Future. It's going to be the same thing.
Copy. Thank you.
Good question, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Who's next?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
How you doing, King Justin?
I'm doing great, thank you. I just wanted to give some love, especially if this is a pitch deck. I'm a AVAC team member and found you guys through a joint AMA back at Mint. And I wanted to give some love to Doug because I heard him speak on our call. And I was like, I don't know about this project, but I know I want to invest in this guy. And that is what I think the bear market's all about. Is art's great and everything else, but it's all about investing in a team. And you guys are such a powerful team. I mentioned 2, and then sold some stuff, came in with some more money, mentioned my 3rd Gen 1, and this arguably is one of the only projects that I've 10+ in, which has been incredible. But really, the thing I wanted to share that you guys didn't touch on fully, but you did totally touch on is I was really blessed to be on a call, like a partnership call with Doug not that long ago, and really the vision that you all have for building a large network before launching a coin speaks volumes. I mean, I'm a person that was obsessed with crypto before I came into the NFT space, and it all comes down to utility and network. And the fact that you guys are focused on building the utility and then also building the largest network possible, and those two elements together, like our cryptocurrency, whenever it's launched, will be unstoppable. It'll be so much better than almost anything out there because you'll be able to use it day one. And the fact that the vision is, hey, we build a large enough network, we can take on the top dogs, we can take on Yuga Labs or whoever else is out there. That is so inspiring. I want everybody to know that. That's what Babes Clan is all about. We're creating a community that will really compete against anybody else in this space. And it's, at times it can seem like it's hype, but it's real. And the longer you're here, the more you realize that, I mean, there's constantly value being given back to us. I'm on the plus side on every project that I've been a part of with you all. I know it's just going to continue to be that way. And to hear that the Stanley Lee thing is happening, it's crazy. It's a cherry on top. So I just went to Target, and I thought you guys were going to hear my 2-year-old in the background scream for a Tyrannosaurus robot. But I just want to say, hey, thank you guys. You guys probably purchased it, and so many other things in my life. So I appreciate the team. I appreciate being a part of this family. And the sky's the limit. Thanks, guys.
Hey, we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your energy and your positivity. It's people like you why we do this, right? Every single day. We wake up every day. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hello, I'm Crypto Mama.
How you doing, Queen Rescuer, Crypto Mama?
Hey, I just wanted to really thank you also for everything that you're doing, and I really trust in this project. I appreciate King Justin Lee coming up too. I've been following him. I think he's doing great in his other project, where he leads a lot of people to have the right mentality. And Babes Clan from the very beginning also has this really wonderful mentality that they're never going away, that they're really serious about this, and that they're taking care of people's money so that people would really make more, that this is a business. And so me and my husband, who does not come in, but he's in the background, we've been in this, him not from the very start, but in the start, I just minted 3. And then I was there from the beginning, and I've been telling him, this is really good, and we should get more, I should get more. But he said, just wait, and then, later on you can do that, etc. And then he was not in on it in the very beginning. But I was really, really in on this from the very beginning and trusted every step of the way. And so little by little, I was telling him better, explaining better. And then little by little, he said, oh, yes, this is really good. And so from my 3 Gen 1s minted, the rest, we have been sweeping off the floor. And now we're like at around 20 Gen 1s. And we have about 200, I think, altogether of the futures. And then even the last bit of ETH, I spent it on buying the Cubex from all the different buying windows. After the BGKs, then it was the APNs, and then after that it was the public mint, and I've spent all my money in there, and I think I have like 38. And then every single thing that comes up, I'm doing everything I could, we're doing everything we could to get more. And I just want to tell you that, as people have mentioned, Mo's always telling us this is still early, and look at the prices. We have so many entry points, and the prices are low. I had to really spend a lot of money on getting those Gen 1s from the floor, but I had the opportunity to get the Babes futures from the start, right? I was blessed with many PCs because I swept the Gen 1s, and I was concentrating on getting the ladies. And so I just hope that I have more female ones than the male ones now. And so I'm just hoping that there might be some other female benefits that might come along the way in the future. But hey, I'm really happy with everything you're doing. And then I really want to tell people that instead of, just waiting, just go in on this, because everybody's really supporting this. We love this community, and we trust the founders, and TFG is doing great. All the admins are doing great, and we're getting more admins added on, and who are really wonderful, doing such a great job. And we just have this wonderful, wonderful community like none other. And so if you are still wondering, just hop in. And if you are wanting to get more, yes, concentrate in getting more things from the Babes Clan project, the chainTech Labs project, because more and more bigger things are happening. And don't miss the train, right? So, and I got the airline Etihad NFT too. So, because everything that Babes Clan does, I just have to make sure that I'm in on it, because they know it well, they do it well, they do it best. So that's my story, and my thank you to all of you who are supporting me all the time, because I'm often I'm in Japan, and I'm in a Japan time zone, right? And so this morning it was 5 o'clock, this space, and I set my alarm, but yesterday I only went to bed at like almost 3, so I quite didn't make it on time, but I hope this space is recorded, and I will go back and study what's been said to make sure that I know what's going on and just be even happier. So sorry it became long.
Perfect, Mama. We love you. We thank you so much. We appreciate everything that you've done. I mean, you're literally one of the greatest community members that we have. And You're here since day one. You're an OG. We love you so much. We love your support. And we have a bright future together, right? Me and you, right? And the community.
Definitely.
So thank
Well,
you.
I'll definitely jump in here and say, since we've had such great salesmen come up from our project telling you what the value is they've been getting, we're about 8 away from a 69-inch floor for Gen 1. So if you were going to buy a Gen 1, today's the day. I don't know what else I could do for you in the NFT space than show you actual people that have benefited and made, and in one case, in a couple cases here, a couple $100,000 in profit off their original Gen 1 purchases. So there are those that want to sell for 10 ETH. I get it. Let's get them up off the floor so we can hit 69 and 100 ETH. And then let's see where everybody's looking. They'll be looking at Babes Clan. So you guys go on ahead. If you're listening to this and you don't have a Gen 1, I suggest you get one.
I suggest you get one too, because Gen 1s are always the cream of the cream, the best of the best. Don't forget this. Even though everybody has a chance, a fair chance with all the other ones, yes, but the Gen 1s are still special. So just remember this. Get one now.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Crypto Mama. You're so awesome. Let's add a speaker. Who else have we?
Rotendo.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Rosendo.
Hey, well, I come over from the Bunny Buddies, which Ari has just started to talk to TFG about seeing, what can potentially be done. And what I'm curious about is, is there different platforms per project depending on, where the project is at, as far as I don't think the floor really matters so much, but as far as things coming up, as far as we're gonna have a carrot drop and a carrot card, and there's a bridge versus game coming up. Does that play a part into how the partnership is set up, or potential partnership? I mean, or takeover, or whatever it is that ends up happening.
I think you're referring to the conversation I had with the founder of your project last night. There's no partnership that's official or anything like that. I have I've talked to 50 plus founders this month about partnering up with us on our gaming ecosystem and things like that. So I would just stay tuned on your Discord and wait for updates there if anything happens.
Are you also asking about, for example, if a project has its own utility in the future and airdrops, how would that kind of coincide with our plan and stuff?
Yes.
Well? Yeah, I mean, we always have to understand first and foremost what is native to this project. What are your plans? How are you guys going to have to build real utility, real mouth-watering, tangible utility for your own holders? And of course, founders have their own ideas and stuff. And if the idea is really good, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that that's successful, to put it in the best strategical position of success. And of course, the chainTech Labs way, we also want to add to your vision. We want to add value. We want to add more mechanisms and more products and more ways for you guys to be successful and the community to be successful. So there's a big process. So you're right about that. It does have an impact, because if you guys have future plans that we 100% like and we think this is going to be successful, then we're going to apply it, and we're going to do our best to push it and execute it. However, if we think that, wait a second, maybe this isn't the right path, maybe you should do it this route because we have the experience and this is what we genuinely believe would put your project in the best position, then we're going to give you that advice, and we're going to also help you in that aspect. So, of course, there's a whole system to this, and it takes long hours, and we got to go back to the drawing board. We've got to have these meetings on the round table where we're like, these are the options, these are the routes, these are the paths to take. How could we give the holders of the project the greatest amount of success, right? What is the path? And then we go all in.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So essentially, it's better, potentially better before, like, let's say any of these drops or anything happens, to be able to, I guess, set the platform beforehand. But if it happens,
It depends, right? It depends on the situation, right? Because let's say, for example, with Cubex, they've been building something on Minecraft for a very, very long time, you know, and it's sad that the whole Minecraft kind of banned Web3 integration, like actual tokenization and Web3 integration. So we had to think of a new plan, right? But you know, if it didn't, we would have, you know, helped with the Minecraft vision. So it just depends on what works best, right? I don't think there's something that is better or worse, my brother. I think it's more about what will put the project in the greatest position possible and give the holders the monumental value that, you know, the Babes Plan and chainTech Labs, what we usually do, right? The playbook.
yeah,
So it's a case-by-case basis. It's a case-by-case basis.
yeah, and at the end of the day, basically, it has to benefit everybody, right? Like, you know, you guys, the whole ecosystem, and basically our project too. At the end of the day.
Right. And I think one of your worries or concerns are, and this, I'm probably going to wrap this up. Will it conflict with the plan? And if it does conflict, well, we're going to tell you right away, hey, this route is not the best to take because of X, and Y would be a better option for these amount of reasons, right? So of course, yeah, we want everyone to win here.
Awesome. Okay. No, that's kind of what I just wanted to hear. So that way, I have had people kind of ask me questions and all that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna ask some general questions, and I'll get back to you guys. So I appreciate the information, because I know your ecosystem and everything is. I've been reading up on it, and Erebus, he's giving me the lowdown. So I'm very excited, but whatever potentially can happen, if it happens, you know. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It's all about the community, man. Building the all communities, right? Building supportive bridges and building one super community of Web3. Thank you so much, my brother. What's up, Deli?
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. I just wanted to kind of speak off a little bit of what Crypto Mama said. You know, there's something very special, not only about the Genesis One holders, but also the community. And there's a lot of value in the community, the connections that we've all made with each other, you know, seeing people grow in their fields, seeing people's art get better and more used and purchased. Like, just the value of the community is one thing that doesn't have, you can't put a price on it. And I've seen a lot lately of people talking about BGKs and, oh, well, I bought them at this price and it was supposed to hold this value and now it's different. And the one thing I really want everybody to remember is, like, okay, number one, the BGKs were to reward the Gen 1 holders. So Gen 1 holders sold those, used them, they made their value, right? That was free money for them. We had a plan in place for the BGKs. It has to change. The people want us to grow. We want to get bigger. We want to expand. We want Chainvest. We want Chain Carbon. We want all of these different aspects of the Web3 arena. Well, we have to understand that with that comes changes. And, you know, I understand where people's frustrations are, where they bought them at a certain price under a certain understanding. But you also have to understand with growth comes changes. And I really think that the process that you guys have went through and thought it out, understanding the oversaturation, being able to accommodate mints, and then the you know, having people be able to mint and then still have it open to the public. You know, there's a lot of things that come into place that have to be thought out when that happens. So change is good. Nobody likes change, right? We're kind of like resilient to change, but change, you know, resisting this is futile. Change is important, change is growth, and growth is how everyone becomes more of a fractionalized owner. We're all getting, you know, our growth is growing, our legacies are growing, the way that we earn is growing. So those changes have to be made. We're adding projects. Can you imagine if you just keep adding projects and then there's all these BGKs and no one's going to be able to mint, and you're not, it's just, I saw what you guys did, and I just want to remind people that are listening, because I see a lot of this in the back chatter, in Discords and DM conversations about this issue. And I really think if if you take a second and look at what the plan is and how you guys rectified the situation, I think is huge. And I like the fact that there's not this roadmap where we're like, oh, well, this is the roadmap and we're sticking to this and this is it. No, you're adding things, you're changing things, and that's how you grow as a company, as a community, as family, right? We have to keep, adapting to these changes and pivoting to these changes. And the last thing I want to say is, where else, not just the podium that Doug did the other day, having people come up and barter, like, where do you see that? Where in any of these discords and any of these projects that you've been in the last 12 months, 9 months, this whole year, have you seen that? Yes, every now and then a project gives away a one-on-one on a Twitter raffle. Like, how can, the percentage of people winning those is very slim, right? This project constantly is giving away things. We've given out futures, you've given out Cubexes, the bounties. Like, there is a lot to do to keep the community engaged. And you guys have to just kind of, steady the ship and stay on for the long haul. It's not always going to have all of these highs throughout everything. You just have to stick, like Crypto Mama says, stick with the team, have trust and faith in the founders. You guys are always giving back. They're always offering. They see people who are in the community. They recognize people that speak up and defend the community, that are tweeting and constantly getting engagement. Those are the things, that's the type of founder and company that you want to be a part of. And, where else can you get a Gen 1 gifted to you? Like, hello, it's happening. You guys are doing it. You're giving out diamond BGKs. I think Doug gave out like 15 the other night in golds. And where can you get that? That's incredible. And that's out of love for the community, for the people. And that's where you got to remember where we got to stay, because there's so much more to come. And I'm really looking forward to the future. And I love, seeing all the new projects, all the new people. It's awesome. This is how we want it. We don't want it these small little secular groups where we're like, oh, it's just us. It's just us. No, everybody, come on, jump on, get on the train. Let's go. Let's make money together as a family.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Delia, for your support. We really appreciate you. Just to clarify, guys, we genuinely believe that the Babes Genesis keys are heavily undervalued, even right now. Very heavily undervalued. People don't really understand the priority access and all the utility that comes with these keys fully yet, and especially when these are the access points to get your gold and your diamond BGKs. So the Babes Genesis keys are severely important to everything that we're doing here for the long term.
And so what really makes those prices go up is during mint time, right? So when we don't have a mint, people might not be as excited to go buy one because they would have to hold on to it to the next mint. So we have the Mentorium one, we have the Stanley Genesis project, and you'll be able to use those there. And I think what she was talking about is, with our BGK program, tomorrow or the next day, that will be live, and you'll be able to submit your BGKs, upgrade them to gold and diamond. You'll be able to use gold and diamond on our mints for your own personal lowest price. Diamonds get a free mint on select projects, and projects will have those gold and diamonds. We'll be able to print out, for lack of a better word, they're called certificates. So you'll get, say, like a Stan Lee certificate, which will give you mint first, lowest possible price, guaranteed mint. So those are going to have a lot of value. So those with BGKs in the next day or so are going to trade those in for gold and diamond BGKs, which will allow them to do so much more. And the BGKs themselves and the gold and diamond, you're going to see, because there's projects to mint out, you will see those prices go up. But still, a super whitelist is selling for, what is it, $500-$600 right now? A BGK, that's what it is, right? So it's not terrible, I'll tell you that much, for something that you got for free. And now you're going to be able to use it to mint out certificates on multiple projects, whether they're Babes Clan projects or projects outside of Babes Clan that we have negotiated a deal for. So some of Michael just told you that he talked to 50 projects. Well, those 50 projects, we might not be able to put them all in our rescue program or help them all with their mint, or take them over. We just can't. There's just too many. But we could find select ones and say, you know what? allow our holders to print out certificates for your project, and you'll have, and trust me, our people will be your best salesman on your project. You'll have 1,000 people tweeting and trying to get people to buy their certificates to mint your project, which is going to help you mint out. So that's how I was telling the people on the podium the other day. The BGK program's already made over $1 million for people, right? For our holders. So if I quadruple the ability and capability for BGK holders to make even more money, then let's try to see if we can't push that to 5 to 6 million back to our holders by the end of the year. That's my goal, and I pretty much hit my goals. I'm pretty conservative when I talk about numbers, but if we made 1.5 million on just one or two projects that use the PCs, then certainly on 5 or 6 projects we can do that. So I don't know why anyone would say anything negative about a BGK. They are something our holders love so much that there's been incredible debates about all the different things that we do, and that's because it's been so valuable to them as a utility of Genesis One. So I think we're in good shape and good hands.
Thank you so much, Chuck, for that clarification and that rundown. Who's next, guys? I think we have. Anybody want to step up? Let me add Bearman. Island?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on?
Hey, awesome. Hey, not much, man. Love the space. Love the project. I came into it. It was supposed to be my first flip, actually, and actually ended up minting one and bought one off the floor for 0.35, and well, I'm still here, as you can see.
Awesome.
You know, just love what you guys are doing. I really appreciate all your hard work, and just wanted to say thank you. You know, and for everybody, you know, for the other people out there who kind of doubt here and there, just want them to, you know, understand that you guys are builders and business people first, and NFT people second. You know, not to expect super fast, but you guys are building real stuff. You know, and really appreciate that. I mean, what I was able to sell some of the PCs that I had funded my future mint. So, you know, just wanted to thank you guys for that. You're paying us back, just as you said you would. So, just really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Island. Always a pleasure talking to you.
We have Fahad also here.
What's up? How you doing, my brother? Assalamu alaikum.
Fahad?
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, here, Bear Man. What's going on?
Hey, buddy. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. I'm actually took a day off. I'm at the beach and got on cooking dinner for everybody on the beach. So
Nice.
I don't. I mean, you guys, me missing a Twitter space or any other space is like me missing one of my kids' birthdays, man. This is all family, so every time. But I was listening to Cryptus earlier, and he really nailed that as far as utility of the Gen 1 and all that. Some of the things that you guys do, or most of them actually, the way I kind of look at them, like the PCs and the BGKs, you know, they're like, oh, you have opportunities here to make money or do whatever. I look at it as you guys are giving us a multi-tool, right? So you can use them multiple different ways. You can sell them and get liquid. I haven't sold anything. I've never sold one thing. But there are opportunities for me to raise my mint quantity. I went from originally had 4 Gen 1. I recently just bought 3 more this summer. But the PCs and the BGKs, I used all of them. I was lucky enough to mint a female, so I had a bunch of PCs, and that's how I got all my Gen 2. And you know, if it wasn't for those tools that you guys gave us, from the company, and I've said it 1,000 times, and other people have in here too, especially the new people, that this is not an NFT project, it's a business with an NFT. And once you explain that to them, then all the light bulbs, you can see them coming on, and they're like, oh, I get it now. I'm like, yeah, invest, be patient, trust the family, and help everybody as much as you can. And that's kind of been my motto. It's kind of what we all do, especially all the Gen 1 guys, because we've been here long enough. That's what we've been doing since the beginning. So just wanted to thank you guys again, and I really love what y'all did with the BGKs. I was concerned about the quantity from the beginning when I started doing math, but what you guys did with pivoting and changing that to the gold to diamond was brilliant. That was perfect. And I want to commend you. I think that was a great idea. I'm looking forward to more for mine. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Bearman. Hopefully you enjoy your food at the beach. That's awesome. And hopefully we could meet up really pretty soon. I love real life events, guys, because it really adds more personal experience in Web3. Like, we're all kind of stuck in this PFP phase, but once you do these live events, once you do these meetups, you build real life bonds, like actual real bonds, and it's a whole different experience, because we are building real bonds now on the Discord, but seeing face to face and having that experience is something that I can never forget. When I went to Dubai at MetaCon, I met some of our holders who we flew out, and also some community members at the event. It was just such an amazing experience. So hopefully one day I can meet you, Bearman. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bro. Looking forward to it. One more thing, I know you got to go on, but one more thing that I've said it a few times, but for people who are looking at a Gen 1, like buying off the floor, you're not just buying that Gen 1, you're buying one and you're getting 4 for free automatically, because you're going to get space papes, Mutarium, bloodlines, and probably a BGK or 2 automatic. So you're buying one and you're going to end up with 1 and plus 4. So it adds a hell of a lot more value. That's why I bought the other 3 this summer, because it added multiple more of these tools to my arsenal. So thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Spearman. Yeah, I mean, we give monumental utility, right, behind our NFT. There's real utility behind our NFT. It's not just a profile picture. It's really important. Someone asked in the chat about the number of holders of Vapes Genesis, and it's over 1,000, right, holders. The exact number is probably like 11 or 1,200 or sorry, 1,800 holders. And this is in the if you go to our OpenSea, you actually see the number 171 owners, right? Only 171 holders. And this is because of staking, right? So our NFTs get transferred out of your wallet into the Vapes vault, which is safe and secure. So the owners go down, but that's not actually the real number. And that's why we put it in the description. And we have the OpenSea link to that staking contract in the description. There's over 2,100 NFTs that are off the market and into the staking vault, which is super important to understand. So, yeah, just for those who don't know. Amal, what's up, Amal? How you doing?
What's up, family? How's everybody doing? Just real quick, you guys, this project has been my first project, and I'm truly blessed to be a part of this family. This is the dream team right here for anybody that is on the fence. This is the dream team right here. This is exactly where you need to be. This is a family of strategic businessmen and women who have experience in the most vital industries with global connections to continue to propel and elevate this community to greatness. You know, everything in business takes time, you guys, right? But what I've witnessed in the past 6-7 months is truly so powerful. And this is why, you know, for the Gen 1, we have the ability to unstake right now. But we know how powerful this community is. We know how powerful the founders and the team and this family is. You know, we've seen them pivot. We've seen them continuously provide the holders utility. I have 30,000 Post-it notes on my desk right now that I'm staring at, just off of the utility of the projects for chainTech Labs, you guys. This project, this family will give you peace of mind. Things. So join this powerful community, make history with us, because honestly, the rest is nothing. Like once you know the vision and the power of this community, there's nothing else that matters, you guys. And this family alone, this family alone is so powerful that I want to cry right now. Like seriously, like I'm literally speechless right now, tearing, because what they have done, I truly have not witnessed. And I'm just so for the future. We are so early on, you guys.
Thank you so much, Amal, for that. That's awesome. You've been one of our supporters since day one of our mint, and you've been such an amazing, positive community member. So thank you so much, Amal, for that.
Appreciate it. It's truly a blessing, you guys. Honestly.
Yeah, we're so blessed. We're so blessed to have these real people, right, behind our projects and behind our community and behind our team and behind our ambassadors. These are people who engage with the community every single day. We take care of each other. We're more of a family than a community, right? We're a family community. And that is why we're going to really just propel and transcend beyond boundaries. So thank you so much, Amal, for that. I added 4 new speakers as well. Yeah, Abdullah, I think he Raj. Let's go with Al.
Yeah. Hi Mo, Alec speaking.
Oh, Alec, what's going on, Alec? How you doing, my brother? One of our big whales over here.
Thank you, mate. I'm very well. Just listening to you as always. So I just wanted to a little bit more go into details regarding Hubble app, because this wasn't really mentioned here on the spaces, because this is something which is totally revolutionary in the space. It's not only social media app, but it's really like earning engine as well. So if you can just give us a little bit more insight into it, that would be great.
Yeah, so Hubble is a very extraordinary, revolutionary app that Cubex is developing. So it's important to understand that Cubex is not just gaming. It's not just esports and gaming and entertainment. It's also social media. So we have we're literally looking at all of the tools and the engines that make social media special and that make NFT special. So like the way marketplaces, the way the UI it looks, the way social media, the way Twitter's laid out, how NFT users use Twitter. What's so special about these social media engines? What's so special about Rarity tools? So we're combining the greatness and the strengths of all these applications, and we're putting it in one platform. We're NFT users, right? Because we're an NFT and Web3 company, right? So we want to take the best of the best of all worlds and combine it into one application. And you talked about an earning potential. And this is something that TFG talked about publicly in its spaces, like post to earn, interact to earn, share to earn, right? All these things are going to be built on this application. So Hubble will be fully tokenized, and it's actually just been approved by the Apple Store. So we're kind of just finishing up with testing and polishing and fine-tuning the last details to make sure this is perfect. And we expect a beta launch with our community pretty much this year. And what's really special about this is the access, right? So if you are in a chainTech Labs community, you do get the priority access, you do get the rundown, you do get the exclusivity that we give to our holders to really see something before it's even released and to utilize it. And that initial core of followers is going to grow and grow and grow. So me being someone who's run businesses for years, I understand the power of the micro-influencer versus the macro-influencer. People are more likely to believe and understand their friend or their best friend more than Kim Kardashian, right, who just puts hashtag ads in an Instagram. You will more likely buy a product from your best friend telling you like, yo, this actually worked, this is awesome, than an influencer, right, who just puts hashtag ad. We understand that it doesn't look genuine, it doesn't look sincere. It's more like a paid advertisement. Whereas with Hubble, we want the NFT core enthusiasts, the users of NFTs and Web3, to really fall in love with our product from its core, from its foundation. And then we're going to continue to grow and innovate and update the app to make sure that it gets widely adopted and throughout the Web 2 community even, right? So this is an app for NFT users to kind of utilize social media in a new way. And on top of that, earn, right, through tokenization. And on top of that, interact like never before. It's a great question, Alec.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I believe Bernard is next. What's up, Bernardo?
Hey, Juan, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you. What's going on, Bernardo?
I'm so happy, sir. I'm really happy to be here, to be part of this amazing and beautiful family. And just want to say that I really appreciate your support for this fan. And I'm so excited for these projects of the Cubex and Gen 2 for waiting for profits of the staking programs, and so excited for this new mint that's coming for Bloodlines or Muchanium Universe. And I'm really excited because I try to be always supporting
Y'all keep
this
watching.
fan,
I'm in the back scene.
all the projects, because I'm holder of Gen 2 and Cubex, and I'm in staking. And this is really exciting for me. I just going to say thank you very much, sir, for all your support for the fan. And I have a question and ask for the team, because I'm part of this fan, but I'm part too of the Hispanic community. And I know that for us, it's not easy always to be here in these spaces or AMAs, because the English is really difficult for us. So many people of us, and we have many doubts and questions for the announcements, for the AMAs, for these kind of spaces in Twitter. I have now doubts and questions for many people about the staking program of Cubex and Babe's future. And I can ask you, Sam, if you can maybe, I know that is a double work for you, but if you can give us the staking programs maybe in Spanish for us, I really appreciate, because I know the Hispanic community is very stronger, is very biggest, but I know that the Hispanic people maybe no participate in these spaces because the English is very difficult for us. But I'm so happy. I'm always here. I'm so excited because I want a lot for be the next holder of Gen 1, sir. That's my dream, and I just know that I can't to be possible this dream. But really appreciate it, sir. I'm always here, and I love you all, fam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bernardo, with your positivity. I mean, language is always like it might be a barrier because of how inclusive we are, but it's not a problem. I remember when we first made the first ever Babes Discord, one of the questions I got asked is, hey, could we make a language text chat for this country, for that country? We just made it for every country. I was like, no, we need to have supportive bridges. We need to be global, international. Everybody around the world should be involved or should hear about Babes Clan and understand Babes Clan. We don't have an official staking document for that's fully in Spanish, and that's something that maybe we could take the initiative on. And I also encourage community members who are bilingual or multilingual, who literally understand languages, different languages, that could speak languages, could read and write different languages, to kind of step up. I encourage that. I encourage the community to kind of step up and have these documents in different languages so we could have more accessibility for different people, for different community members. It's actually very important for everybody to be on the same page. And I know we kind of speak English in our spaces and in our announcements, and maybe sometimes for community members, English isn't their first language, or maybe they don't fully understand English. And we need to be more accessible and we need to kind of expand. So that's a great idea, Bernardo. Thank you so much for that advice. That's something that we need to kind of take the initiative on and try our best at.
Thank you, sir.
And hopefully you will get your Babes Genesis, man, soon. I believe in you, bro. I believe in you. Thank you so much, Bernardo. What's going on, Andy?
Hey Mo, hey friends, hey family, how y'all doing?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to jump up here and just tell my story really briefly. I just love being a part of this clan. I'm a builder down here in Australia, house builder. I'm 48 years old. Building houses is all I've known. I've been in it since I was 19. The building industry down here is heavy. We're having a really tough time. But finding you guys, finding Bates Clan, Bear Man, Alec, you guys, you know it. They showed me it. They introduced me to it, and I'm here. It's showing me that there's a better way for me. There's an incredible opportunity for my future. As I said, building is all I've known. Now I'm so interested in Web3. I'm all in CTL. I am a Gen 1 holder now. Thank goodness I got in a week ago. This is life-changing for me. I have so much gratitude for where I stand. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. I love you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. Really appreciate you. Thank you. All right, I believe the last person that we have here is Master Catalog.
Hey, good afternoon, you guys.
Good afternoon, my brother.
So I had just a quick question about the pluck market and about the cards that we ended up getting.
Got you. We didn't even talk about that, man. We didn't even talk about that. So yeah, go ask your question, and I'll give a rundown on the awakening. So go ahead.
That's basically what my question was going to be. Obviously we create the avatar, we have the cards there. What's the purpose and when is that site going to be beneficial, and how do we go about using that?
Thank you so much. So for those who are new to chainTech Labs and everything that we're doing, we were actually the first community ever to tokenize our Discord community and actually reward our holders and our people who kind of enrolled in our tokenization with RBTs, right? So if you're a member of chainTech Labs and you're a staked holder, you actually had access to enroll as a chainTech community member on our marketplace, and for free, right? You're able now to kind of to tokenize your progress and your Discord activity, right? In our Discord, like what project are you able to really monetize your own Discord activity? Because we saw the problem with so many community members contributing, having fruitful conversations, but they were never really earning. And we're decentralized at heart, so we needed to figure out how we could make this possible. And how we could kind of reward the number one strongest community. And we did this through something called the Awakening, which is something that we initially did actually this month. It is something that we announced this month. And what's really cool about this is all community members have to do is once they start their journey and they tokenize themselves, they earn 7 revenue-bearing tokens that represent their progress. And what's really cool about this is that now they could actually sell these common cards and these rare cards that represent revenue-bearing benefits and rewards through fractional tokenization. And we actually said that we're going to do the world's first Discord community tournament, and we're going to have a $100,000 prize pool. But to do this, the integrity needs to be at its absolute maximum, right? How do we track the Discord community? How do we track the full analytical, the analytics of Discord, and make sure that everybody is really earning off of invite links, off of Like, for example, inviting someone to the community, that should be something that they should reap the rewards of. Number of replies and comments and the time spent on the server, the number of posts and the replies and reactions to announcements. So all these different ways to earn, it's going to be tracked. But, what if someone, I mean, the first concern, obviously, internally, and obviously about someone who just says, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and who's not playing it fair, who's not really being authentic and being genuine and sincere. So we had to create an entirely new not, or who is botting, or who is not being genuine. And on top of that, another level of security with our team of people who are our mods, our admins, and even our undercover agents, right? That listens to spaces and looks at the chat. And so there's different levels to this of security to really just make sure that the integrity is 100%. So people who tokenize themselves receive 7 Genesis cards, right? These RBTs. But you might ask, why would they? We're doing the $100,000 tournament. So to answer your question directly, when is this happening? We're still polishing the last final details and layering system for this Discord tracker. We don't want to release the world's first tournament and have it be inauthentic or have it not really recognizable in terms of the integrity. We need to make sure that the integrity and the security is there before we really start this. But right now, we have over 6,000 cards, which means that over about almost 1,000 members, right, have tokenized themselves for the first time in history of the world, right, in terms of the Discord community. And we were the first to do this, and it's a 100-day series where people will embark on a journey like no other. Like literally, like for being a great community member, you could earn real money through these RBTs. But why would people give away? Because each RBT represents percentage of earnings. So you have 7 cards, 6 of them are common, which represents 3% of the revenue that you earn, and then 1 rare card, which is 7%. So in total, these RBT cards that they get for free, right, are going to represent 25% of all earnings they make in the Pluck marketplace in this Discord tournament. But why would someone want to give away their earnings? Well, the same question could be answered directly with this analysis. Why would a company give away percentage of their company? Like why, right? And the reason why is because you are now allowing even more capital to be funneled into your company, and now you're expanding. So it's like a pizza. Would you rather have a pizza the size of your hand, or would you rather have a pizza the size of your bed and have just a little bit of a smaller piece of that pie? However, that pie is way bigger than 100% of a little pizza, rather than having 75% of a bigger, way bigger pizza and more dough, because you're adding dough through these investors. So now our community doesn't even look at themselves as individuals. They're looking at themselves as a company. So this has really just shifted, and we see a shift and a revolutionary kind of cultural shift on the Discord, right? People are seeing who has the best activity, who is really engaging. We've seen a spike in community activity, which is just phenomenal, because now the cameras are on and we're actually showcasing Discord activity, which is going to create more of a positive environment here at chainTech Labs. So the initial capital is how much you sell the common and rare cards. And then check this out. This is where we call this the awakening. This is why we call this a revolution in value. So you get the initial capital from selling your cards, right? But then on top of that, you get a 2.5% fee from the trading volume generated from your cards being on the Pluck marketplace for the rest of your life, right? For the rest of your life, you have now the potential ability to really receive generational wealth for all of the Discord activity that you're earning. And on top of that, have people invest in you by buying your cards. So now one of our top admins, right, in activity is, let's say, Kevin the Korean. I know him by name, right? I could now earn off of Kevin the Korean's progress. And this is something that is really just Web3 in its heart and in its soul. And on top of that, it's not just monetary, right? There's other prizes like CTL airdrops in the future or allow lists on future projects and other stuff. So it's crazy that this right here has never been done before, and we're not scared to make that jump. chainTech Labs, and I'll say this on record, chainTech Labs is never afraid of taking the path that's never been walked on before or crossed on. We're going to go all in. We're going to make sure that this helps our community, and we're going to provide so much value for our community like never before and never seen before. So the last piece of this entire puzzle before we can start this Discord tournament is to make sure that that Discord chain ranking system is perfectly intact and bulletproof. And we're going to try our best. And I'm working heavily with our developers every day on that. Multiple developers are working on this, and we're almost done. So thank you so much for answering, thank you so much for asking that question, because now I can give an answer that kind of gives the full scope of what the awakening is and how we are the first community to tokenize all of our community members, and how our community members can now earn of just for Discord activity. And don't think this is going to stop there. We're going to tokenize everything. That's our plan, right? We want to tokenize trees even in our Chain Carbon initiative, which is something that's also revolutionary that I am not even going to talk about. But yeah, thank you so much for that.
I appreciate that. And just one last question: is it because I do have the 7 cards? Is it per project, or is it that the 7 total for the actual like full umbrella?
That's the 7 cards that represent your earnings for the Discord tournament and for all future revenues on the Pluck marketplace. So that belongs to you. Don't think that this is something that is kind of connected to Cubex or Apians or Babes Clan. No, these cards are yours. They represent your progress. So with these cards, right, they're revenue-bearing tokens. So they're not NFTs. These are not just profile pictures of your tokenization, or this is not just a profile picture of your avatar. This actually represents, right, a mechanism of something that is revenue-bearing. So essentially, right, through the Pluck marketplace, these tokens are going to bear revenue, right? Whether they're owned by you or they're owned by someone who's going to buy the cards off of you. But what's really special is, and this is going to revolutionize the secondary market, you're actually not just earning off of your own potentials, you're going to be earning off of every single trade of your cards for the rest of your life, because you took the initiative to enroll as a community member, and these RBTs are, you're going to have a piece of ownership for the rest of your life. So for example, right now, if you want to flip shoes, right, like Yeezys, for example, you could buy them at retail price for however reason, right? You got them early, you got access, you want to raffle, you want to draw. But then once you sell that initial capital, once you make that first flip, let's say I buy them for $200 and then I flip them for $500, that $300 profit is stagnant. That's the only profit. That's the only revenue I'll make ever for that one sale. But let's say you now tokenize those Yeezys, right? And since you're the first person to kind of have ownership, and through the NFT or through an RBT, you could now, right, earn off of every single future sale. So for example, you flipped it for 500, and then person 2 flips it for 800, person 2, right, as the Yeezy's value go up, you are now actually earning off of every single token trade. This is something that doesn't exist yet, right? But I wanted to kind of give you guys an analysis and give you guys something to kind of understand the tokenization model better, right? But we're not talking about shoes here. We're actually talking about your RBTs that you got awarded for free being a chainTech Labs member. And now you're going to earn off of progress of other Discord members and their activity. And on top of that, you're now really just earning like never before.
Thank you so much for that response. I appreciate it.
Who is next, guys? Who is next? Who did I miss? I think we have to add these speakers here. So let's add 54X. This is Cameron OG. What's up, Cameron? Connecting.
Yes, sir. What up, what up, what up, fam? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
What's up,
you.
brother?
Oh, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. All right, good morning, good evening, bonjour, buongiorno, buenos dias, wherever you are. We love you. This is an international team. We can't stop, won't stop. It's all gas here, no break. Beautiful work, Mo. I always appreciate you, everyone, Douglas, CFG, the whole team, Elo, all the admins working hard out there, the community members, every single one. You believe in this. This is why we're here right now, and I guess everyone is happy. I'm happy that I took a decision when time was due, to be part of something that can change my life. So I don't want to take enough time. I just want to tune in here. For those that are new listeners or newcomers, into the chainTech Lab umbrella, whichever project you're in, if it's chainTech Lab, I just want to tell you that and assure you that you made the right decision, you made the right choice, and at the perfect time because we are just getting started. Guys, I'm gonna tell you one quick story and then I'm gonna just let the guy run it, right? So when I got into the Babes clan, right, I already had so much I would say experience in the crypto space. But when it comes to NFT, especially ERC 721, right, I was kind of skeptical. I wanted to find the right one, the perfect one that match everything when it comes to innovations and stuff like that. So I finally ended up, finding the Babes clan, and I made my decision, regardless of what anyone told me. But I made my decision. I was able to invest 1.5 Ethereum into this by March this year, right? So that's literally, let's say, a little bit on the 6 month right now. So guys, let me tell you, from those 1.5 compared to right now, 4 or 5 months after, right? Where am I right now? I'll tell you, I'm definitely happy with the decision that I made. If I knew this before, let's say Babes Clan was existed before, everything else that I put into stock trading, that I put into future trade, that I put into other DeFi project, I could have just put it into the Babes Clan, and I was definitely not gonna worry about paying the rent, whatever, my mortgage or utility, whatever, because these people here are delivering the promises and they are putting the holders first. The holders here come first. The community here is the one that has the will, is the one that making this whole vehicle move. So guys, trust in this team. They have a proven record. They are professionals, the admins, the team itself, the even people within the community. If you know the people within the community, you'll be like, oh yeah, these people are really like-minded people. I want to be part of something. Don't look at the floor price, guy. Don't look at the floor price. The floor price in the chainTech Lab project, it don't matter, because if you look at that, you're gonna make the wrong mistake. You don't want to do that, right? Because only maybe less than 10% that is listed out there. So you don't want to go based on those technical. Just look at what the fundamental is, what these guys are trying to deliver here when it comes to chain-based marketplace. This is something that is huge. The chain carbon, the tokenization that Mo was just talking about. Man, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. The fashion industry when it comes to the APNs, the airline industry when it comes to the last partnership that we made. Guys, we don't stop. These people are really, really dynamic. So I just wanted to put it out there. I'm really happy. And thank you everyone for doing the work for us. Thank you everyone. Thank you to the community, everyone. I just love you guys and I can't stop, man. I don't get enough, when I listen to you guys. I just want to keep listening. But yeah, this is my 2 cents here. Much love, more. I really love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Everybody else, let's fucking go, man. I can't stop.
Let's go, Cam, one of the OGs of the game. And thank you so much for kind of sharing your story on everything that we're doing. You said don't look at the floor price, because look at the value. And imagine if you looked at the floor price in February, right? When we went below the mint for that time period. Imagine those people, right, who paper handed for 0.2. After that, right? We're at 6.5 Ethereum floor, probably going to 100 ETH, right? And it's crazy because those people lost so much. And that's just on the secondary market, but they lost their BGK, they lost their PC, they lost their Teleswap free mints, they lost the royalties, they lost being involved with chainTech Labs. They lost everything. Cam. And this was the reason why I was there in the space from the very beginning, doing all the AMAs, because I knew it was my moral obligation to help the 99% understand. But it's so sad because this was never done before. It's hard for some people to kind of grasp their visionary DNA, right? Because you really have to be a visionary to be part of chainTech Labs, because you have to understand the future of everything that we're doing, man.
Man, I just want to tell you that, whatever you were doing by then, March, April, May, June, all of that time when you were talking nonstop, it is paying off, bro. It is paying off. Because you know why? You know why? As you say yourself, the floor price was 0.25 after mint. Guess what? From 0.25, when we took off from there, where did we stop? 10 ETH. And guess what? After those 10 ETH, some people took profit over there. Some others use that as an entry point, which because they believe in the thing, right? But guess what? We retrace it back down all the way to the same price again, 2.5, which was let's say last week. And guess what? We back at 7 again. This is just to tell you that people believe in this project. We didn't even stay there for a whole month. Literally less than 48 hours ago, go look at the chart, man. It was literally less than 3 ETH. But guess what? Today we are sitting at 7 or maybe over 6 ETH. This is just to tell you that these people here, if they're ready tomorrow to put this 100 ETH, it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. People are not even listening. People don't care about listening. They wanna enjoy, their own NFT working for them. That's the bottom line here. You don't want to work for your NFT. We're tired of working for people. We're tired of doing the 9 to 5. We want something, a meta investment. We meta investors here, and then your meta investment gonna be the one working for you, building your retirement, your 401k, buying you houses, traveling around the world, meeting other meta investors around the world. Guys, this is huge, man. We can't stop, man. I'm so sure. Let's go.
And Cam, just to wrap this up, my brother, which NFT project have you seen this much development in half a year? In just less than 6 months.
Guys, listen, I made so many friends. I made so many friends, especially BAYC, which is the biggest project nowadays in Web3, right? I met so many of them at the event NFT NYC, and I spoke to them. Besides, accessing these other merch, and other deed and the land drop and all of these. Guess what? Like when it comes to diversifying, I think based on what they told me, I think Babes Clan, chainTech Club is definitely ahead of the game because they're like, yo, you know what? I can't believe this is possible, man. Let me look into that. If you guys remember, or maybe Amal of Wemam is here, I put one of them on the mic and which was able to speak to them on the NFT trial session is because he wanted to see if this is really true compared to other projects that are out there that are selling for 50, 100 ETH. Guys, the floor don't matter. We're gonna go to 500 ETH. I'm telling you this, believe in it. When people that are not here right now, people that are really, really serious, when they get here, those are the people that gonna kind of bring even more stability to us, and that's when we're gonna see the 100 ETH. It's just a matter of time. It's right there at the corner. Hold on to this. We're coming. We're not gonna stop. Let's go.
Facts, Cam, and I do remember that when you did that. That was awesome. You guys, honestly, that's why I bought a Gen 1 for each one of my boys, because it is going to provide them wealth and give them an advantage and even be an advantage for their children. So, this is literally blessings and peace of mind.
You did that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was so grateful to do that early on because I trusted the vision and I felt their trust more than anything.
Best choice. Well, when you get to 100 ETH, I mean, yeah, they already have a plan. They know something that you build for them. So yeah, I think as a mom, that was brilliant. Congrats.
Thank you so much, Cam. Thank you so much, Amal. We really, really, really love you guys as community members. Thank you so much, Cam. It's always a pleasure hearing you on the space, my brother. Thank you. We have Kevin the Korean.
Let's go.
And Kevin the Korean now up here. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, my bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm not gonna take too much time. I just wanted to come up here. I wanted to really shout out like Andy, Diego, those new people that came and shared what they're feeling now. 6 months after we minted in February, and that's how I felt. So hearing new people share that now is like, oh man, it makes me feel so good. It really like, I don't know, it kind of gets me choked up because I'm like, damn, that's exactly how I felt. And it's so cool to see these new people feel that way as well. So,
and Kevin, by the way, I was looking at our Instagram. I was just reading like all the old comments, and like people were flooding us, and it was you defending us, bro. Kevin the Korean I see on Instagram. You're like, no, like this is what they really are. You guys aren't. You're not. You're getting the flood in your head, but you're not understanding. That's just not true. It's not true. This is these guys, you know. And I see that. I saw that, and it's just amazing. Look at us now, right? All of us as a community, man. We won.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's true. Like, I think I've kind of said it. I mean, months ago, we talked about these things. It's hard to jump into a project that's already been doing things and to try and grasp the roadmap that Bapes had put down in the beginning. It's already immense. Like, you're already really trying to understand it. But if you weren't around to catch the VCs, the podiums, the things that were happening, all the Twitter spaces that were happening weekly, like, it would be really, really intense and maybe overwhelming to a lot of people, seeming that it's like, oh, this is for sure a project that's not going to follow through. How could they do this? I mean, I have an older brother that didn't mint, even though I spent day and night in the server making sure, like, there's more to this than just some project that's minting out right now. There's something else here. Like, and then you find the community just banding together and becoming what it is. It's crazy. And I really wanted to shout out Diego coming up here and bringing up the Spanish community. And, you know, I know Sandy and Capital Chris, they've been rocking that, the Web Trace, like helping out Spanish speaking people feel more comfortable with their investments. And man, that's just a beautiful thing. Like, I'm so grateful to be here. It's fucking, excuse my language, but it's amazing. So I won't take any more time. I love hearing new people up here, but really appreciate everybody.
We appreciate you, Kevin. And my first experience ever with Kevin was he was trying to help a member who was scammed. So it shows, you know, who you are as a person, Kevin. And, you know, like Mo said, we have made, you know, lifelong connections with so many amazing community members. And that's what you're going to get when you're part of this family, Kevin. We appreciate you always.
Sorry, if I might borrow 2 seconds, I can let this slide without doing what I'm supposed to do, especially when it comes to Kevin the Korean. Kevin, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody know what I'm talking about. You know, you have been. I learned so much from you. When I say learn, it doesn't have to be technical. It doesn't have to be whatever related to Web3, but like in real life, you know, behavior, wisdom, you know, and being positive. So man, I can't definitely describe the type of people the type of human being that you are, that you represent for this community. So yeah, man, I definitely have to give you that shout out. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. We love you. We see what you're doing, man. You are a freaking pillar. You are a backbone to the chainTech Lab. I'm just gonna say it here out loud. I don't need to call you to tell you that, but I'll say it here. You don't pay me for this, but everyone like need to say, Kevin is a genius. Kevin is the man. I'll put my heart in there. I love you, man. I love every single one on the server here.
I think
Let's
you're
go.
crazy, but I love you, Cam. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. I really appreciate that. That made me laugh, bro. You're the best. And man, that type of stuff right there, just being around you guys, it's you don't get that sometimes. Like, even people explain how they don't get that in real life. Like, man, this is real life. Like, what the fuck? You're chatting with other people that are doing, like, involved in something that you're interested in or want to be involved in. It's just so special. So thank you, Cam. Much love, man. Always.
Right back at you, brother. Right back at you.
Awesome. Genuine connections, lifelong friends, lifelong brothers and sisters. Amazing. Amazing. We love everybody here. What's up, Sandy? We also have Sakari, and also NFT Queen just requested to add NFT Queen as a speaker. So let's start with Sandy, then Sakari, then NFT Queen. What's up, everybody?
Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. I had to come up and just express my love for my CTL family and my Babes Clan family. I'm super grateful to go on this long-term journey with you all. as a community leader here, along with Capital Chris for our Web3 Babes Clan family, I just want to say that it's been so beautiful cultivating our community. We've had margarita night. I know some people snuck in there that didn't speak Spanish, but they were in it to learn all the tips from Capital Chris. So it's been a beautiful journey from the minting days when we just party all day, answering the questions. I mean, outside of Discord, we're connected on Twitter. It's just extremely beautiful what Babes Clan has created for us. Me personally, it's been a wild ride. Like, I stepped away from my higher ed career in February, and the first thing I did was buy my Babes NFT. I've never invested in anything in my life like that other than my retirement from ASU. And so this was big for me, but you all made me so comfortable, from Kevin, from Dunks, from Babes Mom, in answering all of my questions, and everybody else. So I've successfully thrived in this space. With that said, I want to give a shout out to Doug for just being open and coming on. And, since the end of June, we began working on expanding the Spanish-speaking community. Web3 Twitter Spaces were launched. I mean, it just has been phenomenal. And so now I have the privilege to spread awareness about. Every Saturday I mention Babes, and I say this with a lot of love, because I host a Spanish radio show, because I do have a strong commitment for my Spanish-speaking community to educate them about this new industry that's, Web3 and NFTs. So it's just really, really amazing to be able to do that, and I would not be where I'm at without these opportunities that Babes Clan has created, the CTL community. I love you all. I appreciate the foundation that's being built for fractionalized ownership, distribution of wealth. It's all really amazing what you all strive to do for all of us. So I have a lot of love. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I'm always here for everybody, and I can't wait to continue empowering women. I know Rupa and I have connected, and she's ready, so I'm excited to do something big. We just need Douglas's green light, and of course, I'm always happy to translate, anything in Spanish. So, I'm here. I love you all. Thank you for everything. Much love to my queens.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandy, for all your contributions and everything that you provide to the community. You're an esteemed holder of Babes Clan, and we love you very much. Thank you so much, Sandy. Appreciate you. What's up, Sakari? How are you doing?
Hey, TFG. Thanks for having me up here. I'm good. How about yourself, man? How's it going?
Good. What's up?
A lot of good news for chainTech Labs. I'm super bullish on the company itself. Been a Gen 1 holder since the beginning. I pretty much follow all the Twitter Spaces, any AMAs that happen before the mints, and it's like, honestly, between all the FUD that was happening with the Polygon network and all that stuff, I didn't know nothing about it. I wasn't paying attention to it. I knew, there was something about the project, right? Babes Clan and what they had going and their vision. I'm a huge believer in you guys, and you guys are doing a great job. Thank you for all the support and all the work that you guys do for the community itself, right? But I just wanted to get up here, and now that I take the opportunity, I got Doug up here. I want to know a little bit more information on the Texas barbecue. Only reason is because it's my birthday weekend, and I'm trying to plan stuff out. So, I mean, I'm just trying to get a little bit of dates out, and see if I gotta buy plane tickets or what days to look into it, all that good stuff.
I think Doug's putting time right now away from the keyboard. So no, it's something that Doug really wants, because we understand the power of live events or live gatherings and just bringing faces into Web3, that personal connection of real life. It's something that's going to bond our club and our community together so much more, right? And we've seen a little of it in MetaCon for those who attended that, but I mean, doing more gatherings and doing more events and doing more meetups, that's not only going to provide value on, usually, right, when you see events like Ape Fest, what is it for BAYC, and the Wiz Khalifa Nizuki thing, right, that there, what you've seen with the Zuki floor, you see a big pump before, during, and after events. But I think putting that to the side, that primary utility of community, of belonging, of us actually meeting up and breaking bread and eating dinner together and just talking about life and talking about everything that we've done so far here at chainTech Labs. I think that is the utility, and that's going to be super, super special. We're still planning all that, by the way. There's nothing official on the date or anything yet, but we'll let you know as soon as possible through Discord announcements, and maybe we'll even make an animation for it that we'll put on social media.
Oh, that would be dope.
And your birthday, by the way, bud.
Go ahead. What's up?
When's your birthday, by the way, bud?
October 4th.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's not.
And I heard it was like the first weekend of October, so, and I'm a big football fan and the Babes playing fantasy football league and everything, so it's like, if I go down to Texas, I'm trying to hit up a game, you know, or something, you know, I'm trying to plan stuff out, I guess. I don't like want to put a lot of like pressure.
Yeah,
on
100%.
guys, and, like,
100%.
I would love to like end up, you know, meeting a lot of you guys. Babes Clan has been like, you know, a second family to me. I've been driving to work, listening to the Discord and all this stuff. I don't have a lot of time to like talk and stuff, but I've been listening a lot. So, yeah.
Awesome, man. We love you. Thank you so much for all your support, brother. Hopefully you have an amazing birthday weekend and a birthday week in October. And hopefully we'll get those details soon.
No problem. I'll be listening in. But thanks for having me up here, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care. All right, who's next? I think we have NFT Queen. What's up?
Hey guys. So basically, I go way back. I remember the first day I actually got to speak on the podium. That was really hard because getting a whitelist was a mission. I remember the tears in my voice when I actually had to speak, and Mo told me that I told Mo that I truly believe in the project and what it's about to do in our lives, especially me coming from Africa. We have so many backlogs and technological advancements that I really felt like this was my chance to become part of the 1%. And Mo gave me that chance because, so basically, today I am part of that 1%, and he gave me that chance. And today I'm out here educating more people in Africa about how Web3 can transform our lives, and especially businesses. I've also started my own blockchain magazine. Sorry, guys, I just woke up. So, yeah, and I'm so blessed to be part of this wonderful community. All I wanted to say was thank you. Keep shining, guys, and I'm so excited for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, NFT Queen. Much love from Africa and everything that we're doing with our communities. We're worldwide, we're international, we're global, and you've been such an amazing part. I remember that day. I remember it so vividly. It was very empowering and just awesome. So great. It's crazy how the journey, right? How where we were, where we thought we were going. Did we even know that we were going to be a legal, actual company and entity, right? In the BYFC, right?
When I came back to the VC, I heard guys were speaking, and they were like, there was this chick, she's crying, like, how does she even know the project will be a success? Like, they were just being all negative. And yeah, I just basically ignored them and be like, whatever, guys. Like, my belief is
people love drama. People want to be negative. They want to bring others down so they feel like they have companions at the bottom. But in actuality, what they should do is they should feel power and empowerment by going up and being on top with the community, right? So it's really, really, really awesome. And we thank you so much. It's super, super special because if we said we were going to work with the Dubai government, right, back in February, nobody would believe us. Everybody would say we're rug. People are saying, what the hell? You guys are crazy. But look at what we're doing right now. we're literally helping the Dubai government, the UAE, to onboard blockchain technologies all across the region. And it's so special that they recognize the talent, they recognize the experience, they recognize the technology. And if we have to work with the government before we work with other people that would believe in us, right, we're going to do the right things right, and we're going to execute. And that's why we have amazing team members here.
Well, speaking of the Dubai government, we have like regulations we have to follow. Being that I'm the chief operations officer of CTL, apparently we're in violation of breaks and lunch breaks and for employees. And apparently I have had you guys on here way too long, and Abdel pointed it out to me that if he doesn't get his break, he's entitled to some kind of overtime or something. So I'm going to have to cut this short. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. We really love every one of you. Appreciate you so much. This is a 3-hour Twitter space. We could talk all night about everything. And the next couple days, we're going to have an AMA and a Twitter space about the Torium Universe and the Stan Lee Project. We'll start having those conversations. And we'll start talking about BGKs and PCs and how you can make some money this month. So join us on the Discord and the Twitter AMAs this week. Again, thank you. And for our holders that are listening, make sure you check your Discord. I have some free NFTs for these projects to give out. Please fill out your forms, get prepared. You don't want to miss it. The Stan Lee Project has thousands of people on the whitelist now overnight. If you haven't joined that Discord, please do, because we'll be doing podiums over there with TFG, and that's an incredible way for our BGK holders to mint PCs with their new gold and diamond BGKs, which will be live within a couple days. So, on behalf of the Bates Clan and chainTech Labs, I'm Douglas. We thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, guys. We love you so much. Have a great day. This pace is recorded for everybody who missed it, and make sure we bring this all across the universe and the metaverse. We love you guys. Have a great day. We'll be in the Discord. Take care.
Now leave me alone. That's bad luck. Oh my God, now leave me alone. That even. Who's that? That's. You sound like a girl. Yeah, you sound like Cologne. Legs it. Get your face. What's that? I'm scared. I need to quit my phone. You fake that you can't. You better hear my voice. Look at this. Look at this. What is that? What is that? That looks like a whole egg. What egg is it? Oh, but at least Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. No, don't be scared now. Bro, please, calm down. Bro, stop. What, kick it away? No, do it. No. What? I'm right there. Oh, oh. Ah. No, stop. No, stop. That is on legs, eh? long legs? You mean mommy long legs? Scary. No. You call me scared? No, you call me scared? You call me scared? Bro, no, bro, do not make me do that. You make my pajamas. Bro, shut up, man. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Bro, stop. You shut up talking to me. Yeah, you get long legs. Huggy. Kiss the rats. Kiss the mouth. Kiss those zebras. Kiss them giraffes. Get taller and try to kiss them. Bro, stop. I mean, exactly. Now shut up. You don't know what to say. You feel like something. You're like a little kid. You cannot hear a doodle ball did. You feel like a whole doodle. You feel like a whole doodle ball. You feel like some mountain. Mountain on top. See, cyborg these days. How did you get here? These boys these days. Batman these days. Gotham girl these days.
Sorry, guys, I was going a long time.
Amy Rose these days. Amy Rose these days. Yeah, like, you know,
Thanks for watching.